And we are back. Couch Company Podcast. I'm John. With me as always, Tyler.
Hello.
And special guest.
Super special guest.
For his 7th time.
I feel like you're going lower now.
I might be. I went
He was
too
like
high
11.
last time.
He was like 11 last time. I don't think that's too high.
What killed Jeff?
Me?
Yeah, it's you, man.
Has it been 7?
I don't know.
Well,
I just say a random number every time.
Definitely more than 7. I can honestly say that.
well, lads, it is I, What Killed Jeff,
Yep.
a.k.a. Rudy Fear, a.k.a. The Red Catalyst, a.k.a. The Ambessa One Trick,
Wow, he had a whole intro.
a.k.a. Gory the Cuddly Carnage. I'm here. Thank you for having me.
What are... Wait, what? There's a lot of...
Yeah. It's like, you know.
He wrote in Gory the Cuddly Carnage.
It's
What-
like,
what's
what
that
is
from?
that one?
also, a.k.a.
Uh-huh.
Grace Ashfield.
Oh.
You are Grace.
Yeah.
You have embodied her.
Yeah.
You like Grace?
I like Grace.
We're going to get into that.
Well, I like Grace.
We are going to get into that.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
was
get
trying
into
to do
that.
like this thing where it's like I'm playing a lot of games right now, and I have like a lot of aliases.
Yeah.
Aliases? Yeah.
All right, let's go through these one by one. So, What Killed Jeff is your streamer alias.
Yes.
Twitch.tv
Big streamer,
/
big time streamer. Go check
Killed
it
Jeff?
out. WhatKilledJeff.tv.
Are you still playing the cat game?
We're playing the cat game, which is Gory the Cuddly Carnage.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so that's the
Yes.
last one.
Yes.
Okay, so Rudy Fear is WoW?
Rudy Fear is your number 1 DPS in your heart, Warlock. Rudy
We're
Fear.
gonna get into that.
Yes.
There's been a little bit of a controversy with that
Number
statement.
1 in your heart.
In your heart. Okay, good clarification. Red Catalyst.
Yes. I modeled my EVE Online character after my godfather's ex-wife, who he used to call Big Red because she got breast implants and she was a
You've
redhead.
said this before.
So
Not
my
on air, though.
My EVE Online character is What Killed Jeff Red, but I drive a catalyst through my quest. So the Red Catalyst, Big Red.
What was your catalyst name? Like that was
It's actually just what I think it's WKJ Red or like Big Red.
Sure.
Big Red? Damn.
Do you know what I play all my ships as Wolven,
Yeah.
and then I do dash, and then I just have like 1, 2,
Oh, okay.
3.
You do
Just
the numbers.
Yeah,
They just,
just like
bunch
on
of ships.
tiers.
Yeah, that's cool. How many ships can you have?
Many
We're
as
talking
you
about EVE Online.
I
Did
think
you
as
say
many
that?
as
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. And then Ambessa is League of Legends.
Obviously, I'm an Ambessa One Trick.
Did you like her in Arcane?
Destroy
League of
as
Legends.
her.
That's a League of Legends thing.
Yeah,
She's in Arcane.
I liked her in Arcane. I thought she was very powerful. Very.
She likes the thin boys. The-
Wait, Mbessa, that's the
Bring me your.
yeah, dude. That like threw me for a loop. I don't
was
know if it did for you. I
surprising.
was like, whoa. What
She's
a-
the leader of the one thing. She's like the mom.
She's Mel's mom, and she's like a general in Noxus or something.
Yeah. Okay,
I was hoping Darius showed up. That's my guy.
he'll be there in season 3.
Nah, probably not. He's in the Freljord right now for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah. You know where Ash is from and Trundle.
Yeah,
and,
obviously.
Yeah.
New.
New news from there. Shout out Sean.
Yeah.
Only champ he can play. I was just kidding. All right. So anyway, speaking of Sean, he is part of Nemesis Reborn. So just a little bit of
Yes.
context. The new World of Warcraft Midnight is out. Has been out.
Expansion. Yeah.
Yeah. And Nemesis Reborn is a legendary guild
Yes, very legendary.
in Azeroth. And I think there's been a merging of friend groups since the last expansion. And now a lot of our friends, Tyler and I's friends, are joining the guild.
we got an infusion of fresh blood.
Yes. New
into
recruits.
the guild. Yes, we're looking forward to seeing them perform. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, they're working on their craft.
Sure.
They're leveling up. They're getting their
Sure.
gear. So, anyways, I bring Sean up is because Jeff topped the damage charts on the first whatever raid,
yes, it wasn't.
and then
even
there was
close.
a lot of smack talk.
There's
after
a
that.
lot of smack talk happening, and really, what it was is I felt like I let down everyone in my guild prior because for the last 4 expansions. I was tanking, and I did that as a courtesy. I want to push our group. Nobody wants to tank. I'll tank. And it felt like maybe I was becoming a little bit lax on my DPSers. I was like giving them a little bit of like, oh, it's okay. Your DPS is fine. Like, I'm sure you're doing the best you can. So this was the first expansion where I'm not tank. I said, guys, I'm not tanking. I'm going to DPS. I roll a DPS class. I walk into this first raid and I smash everyone. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I've been too easy on everyone. I've letting everything slide. This entire guild has gotten away from me. So there's a lot of smack talking going on. It's like, how are you going to let somebody who hasn't DPS'd in 4 years come in and just smash you? I mean, maybe not even. It might have been like 6 years. On a class I'd never played before. So yes, there was a lot of smack talking. It's kind of like Sean and mine, like our love language. If you might have noticed, like we smack talk a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of smack talk.
It's a lot.
Yeah, but I
of
feel like it's like a
smack
50-50. It's not like he's just like bullying you or you're
Yes.
bullying him. I
Yeah.
feel like there is a lot of back and forth.
That's the art of a good.
yeah.
So what
Trash
happened
talk.
is I was on my way to D&D Wednesday after the raid, and I was feeling high, high on WoW, high on life. So I called Sean and I told him, how'd it feel? How's second place feel? You better get used to it. You're never coming close again. Like I called him on his personal phone.
That's insane.
Just to
trash talk, and then
I mean, he's already down, and you're just burying
kicking him.
Yeah.
And then we raided last night, and I lost 2-4. And we talked about there
What does that
being.
mean?
I won on 2 bosses. Sean won on 4 bosses.
Okay. So it splits it out.
So the total comes to me with 3 bosses and him with 4 bosses in the first week. So he technically won. We both agreed, no excuses. The results are the results.
Yeah.
I will just say the numbers are muddied.
Yeah, a lot of muddy numbers.
Next week will be interesting. This is just the very first start of the season. We have a lot of shit talking still left to do, and usually the shit talking goes down as the season continues. But for the first couple of weeks, it's a probably very unhealthy level of competition. But that's the way that him and I personally play. We don't do this to everybody. We know that it's not everyone's cup of tea to shit talk each other like this. This is just a Sean and I thing, sometimes a Dwayne thing, but it's part of our WoW experience.
I'm in that like Goldilocks, like honeymoon phase right now where everyone is super nice to me. Like they are really, really nice.
But you don't like that. You don't like if it's fake.
I don't want people lying to me.
Yeah.
I don't want that fake stuff. Like, right. So like if I have a question, people are like jumping over themselves to answer it no matter what it is, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But man, as it dawns, go to your first dungeon, and they're like, all right, Tyler, we'll follow you. I'm just like,
Yeah, you have the ball.
That's scary.
But I heard you did really well.
Again, I think they're gassing me up a little bit.
Well, for your experience level. That's what I understood.
Oh, you mean for never doing it? Sure.
Yeah, that's what that literally means. Exactly. You're a beginner.
I didn't stand there. That's true. Yeah.
Well, look, man, I don't know. You got to start somewhere.
I know, but I want to get to that level of
the best.
No, best. I told you upstairs. Like
you want to
I
shit
just
talk people.
I wanted it to be like,
you want to just be toxic.
If they need another, they wouldn't cringe at being like, oh yeah, Tyler can come in.
I don't think they'd cringe right now. Are you gonna cringe?
No,
it's a cringe.
That's a pause.
That's fair. Well, they left you off the docket last night.
Yes, I was left off the docket.
Yeah, they'd rather have an empty space than have you in there.
I was third group.
Yeah. You're like on the bench.
Yeah.
And you're one of the guys on the bench who still has the tracksuit on. You
Yes.
don't even have the tracksuit off.
Yeah.
Right? You're not even in
Several
uniform.
people would have to get injured for me to even unzip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway,
not
sorry,
good.
Jeff. Go ahead.
It's
What
not
were you
good.
saying?
Yeah, so we got a fresh infusion of blood into the guild. We have 4 to 5 either new people to the game or returning players. It's very exciting. The onboarding process to WoW can be tough. But I think what Tyler's saying, like, everyone's so nice to me. It's like we're trying. It's like
I'm like a little fawn. I'm a little deer that you don't want to scare
it's
away.
not good for tanking, probably, but
Yeah. No, I know.
so.
you're actually a panda.
I am a panda.
You're a big cuddly panda.
Yeah.
So is everyone freaking out that he's a panda? Is everyone complaining?
we had a meeting, and
Oh man, dude! The reason I bring that up is because we were at D&D and we brought up pandas or something.
Yeah, I think the Pandarans.
Yeah, I think we were asking about pandas. The amount of hatred and just vile disgust when we brought that up from all the actual players.
Is vitriol the correct word there?
Vitriol,
I think.
Yeah, the amount of venom spewed at this cuddly people.
Yeah.
It was eye-opening to me. A little made me afraid.
A little bit.
it's not
Made me upset.
It's not the pretty
I wanted to
side.
cry.
It's not the pretty side of Azeroth. It's not the
Azeroth's a dark place,
Name
man.
a pretty side. It's the prettiest side. Dude, there is not a part in that game that looks better than my starting zone.
Yeah.
My tutorial zone where it's like everything's
Pandaria.
just cherry blossoms and clear crystal water.
And they all hate you guys.
all
Like
hate-
to the point where they were telling us, if a panda queues up, we will kick him out.
Yeah.
We will kick him out.
Yeah.
And not let him dungeon with us.
I just those
And dox
I
him.
don't remember if those were my words or maybe someone else's at the table.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go live and say that, but what I will say is that
I want to go live and say that.
over the years of playing World of Warcraft, there are a certain player base and server group that you avoid if they do not align with your play style / expectations of what you're trying to achieve. And normally,
/ racial biases.
The diplomacy on this
Normally,
answer is unbelievable.
there are a couple of servers and characters that tend to approach the game in a different way than we do. So we just want to make sure that our objectives are aligned when grouping.
I feel like I'm at work. Oh my God.
Your moral values.
Yeah, sure. Anyways, so
Your political beliefs.
Tyler said, I'll tank, but I'm going to be a panda. And now, so you guys had a meeting. How did that go?
It, back and forth, we were there for hours. And,
Long deliberation.
Finally, we saw the white smoke.
it was not a unanimous decision.
Who said no? Give me names.
It was about, I'd say 5-2 in favor of allowing the
We
panda
got
in.
2 detractors.
I know this was a thing.
It has to
I'm
be the
making
2
this
people.
all up. I never did.
I was going to, the 2 people who don't know
Of
him.
course, we're gonna let anyone play whatever character they want to play. It's not an act.
I don't know. The way you guys were talking.
It's just for pugging high keys. It's for pugging high content.
Pugging
is what
high
it is.
content, yeah.
Pugging, pick up grouping. So if you don't have enough people to fill out your group, you pick up group. Just like sports, you get some from here and there. So normally you want to pick,
But not for Tyler. You don't pick him up.
He
was on the bench. I don't know.
All right. I'm just waiting.
Look, I'm just repeating
Dude,
what happened.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Is listening to them for the 2 hours that I was sitting on the bench, I
You
would
sitting there
have.
for 2 hours with your hand raised?
I was just waiting. I was muted. By the end, I muted myself and I was like falling asleep, so it was fine.
Yeah.
It would have been daunting because they were saying things. Well, even like him saying like pug whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of that stuff means. So if they're like shouting out commands, I don't know what it's a little.
But you're the leader. You dictate.
Well, that's why it's scary.
No, it's not, because they follow you, and then if you die, you just blame everyone else. I think you're in the best spot. Sure. I think you're in the best spot, man.
What's going to be really fun is, yes, Tyler did probably pick one of the most daunting roles aside from healer. Actually, probably more daunting because he is in charge. So when we move on to 5-player content, and whenever you join us for the raid, if you're able to, you will be able to. If you choose to, you will be in. But 5-player content is very...
I'm kidding.
5-player content is going to be so driven by Tyler that he's going to be saying, okay, Jeff, I need you on this mob, kicking this mob in this pack. I'm pulling this pack with this pack. Dwayne, I need this cooldown on this pack. He's going to be calling the shots, and the complete tempo of the dungeon is going to be completely on him. So it'll be very interesting to see how he evolves in his tank role. And that, Tyler, I was talking to you about like there's a download that I want you to get that's very important. We need to tackle that download at some point because what it is like it's almost like a clipboard for a dungeon. It has every single monster on it in a map format, and you can like highlight and draw on it and like group things together, and then you share that with us and say, guys, this is my plan. I need you to execute my plan perfectly. And that is where tanking really comes
But
online.
that turns into me knowing the dungeon ahead of time and like running it through. So like it's a knowledge thing for me.
Yes.
Like I have to learn a lot.
Yes. And we don't, and the beauty of it too is like we don't know it yet either.
Yeah, but I also have to know your different classes, which I don't. Like I don't, I've only played this one character, in this level. So
Well, he'll have another tank with him, right?
No.
not
This
for
is
not for
5-man.
the
Okay, I
yeah.
gotcha. So you're the guy. You're the one who calls the shots.
Yeah, that's what we did the other night.
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of good loot. I don't know why everyone was
Oh
complaining.
my God.
It's just-
Tyler
it's-
got geared so fast.
Yeah,
It's
you were
very
telling me
easy.
about it.
Which kind of is a bummer. It's not a bummer. It's a great thing. But like, I would be going and doing these world events, and the world event items that I'd be getting were like 20 levels under like whatever. Whatever I
so
got
it
from
just
the
makes
dungeon.
everything obsolete.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So you're almost maxed out?
No, not even close.
Oh, okay. Just good. You're in a good path.
What's your eye level?
I don't know my current one because
Okay.
I got a bunch of new gear. So over 200.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So if you're over 200, we could probably get you into the raid. For some of our other players that are maybe listening, we're shooting for around 220. Like 220 is kind of
So
baseline.
220. Okay, so I could definitely.
Yeah,
get that.
220
That's-
is baseline where you're not getting one shot by things. You can live some of the mechanics. So like we went into the raid at 245. So pretty high. But if
But
you're,
that's the stuff that was dropping
Yeah.
for me. So like dungeon wise,
Right.
If okay.
But if you're under 200, it gets to a point where you get hit by a fireball, you might not live the fireball. And we don't have the tools to get you through the fight. It might be a bad experience for you because you're just...
Yeah. No, you're doing me a favor.
It'll be fun to see how it evolves. We have some players that are just coming onto the onboarding process. So I have a friend who is getting his account online this weekend, and he's going to be either level 1 or level boost to 80. So he's going to be even more new to the game. So it's just going to be, we have around 5 players of new blood. That's going to be really interesting to see. Like, does everyone stick with it? Is it too much of a jump? Is it like, hey, I can't commit the time to this? It'll be interesting to see how the casual gamer reacts to the more, because this is a casual WoW experience right now. This is as casual it's ever been. So it'll be interesting to see how each and every one of our new friends reacts.
Are you liking the expansion so far?
Tell me the plot points of the story.
The expansion so far from a gameplay perspective is very, very good. I'm very happy. If you like gameplay, if you like MMO gameplay, this is probably the best it's been for a couple expansions. But it's also, I've never seen WoW with this many glitches and the software kind of breaking down. Like Tyler, I think you said one time you just fell off your horse and died. Like
Yeah, like I
that's
was
happened to
flying
me.
and it just disappeared.
Yeah.
And then I was like falling,
Oh, geez.
however many, and it just, yeah.
A lot of the quests break. This is very uncommon for Blizzard and World of Warcraft. Usually it's very good. And
I have 3 books in my inventory, which are driving me crazy. And they're like, return these to the library. And it has a circle. And I go in there and I'm like, all right, I'm trying to return them. And I can't do it.
for the listeners, this might not make any sense, but this is the first time Blizzard has actually removed access to combat logs. And that might not make any sense to you, but basically that's a modding component of the game. So if you have access to the combat logs underneath the systems of the game, you can create add-ons, you can create different things that the players use to play the game. That has been going on basically since Vanilla WoW. And this is the first expansion where they said, no, we're removing complete access from our combat logs. You cannot mod this, and that. So this is probably the biggest overhaul they've ever made to the add-on scene to WoW because they wanted to create their own add-ons for the game and make fights more dynamic. So I think this was expected, the amount of bugs and things with the game. I'm very much enjoying this expansion, but we won't really know until the season gets a little bit further. It's kind of like, Destiny and these live service games. You don't really know if it's going to be a good expansion or a bad expansion until more of the content is released.
And Diablo's coming out too.
Yeah.
So that's like there's so many time commitment things. My thing is, I think boosting to 80, and I know you're going to give me a hard time for it, but like that was like the best thing I did.
Yeah.
Because like I was getting burnt where I'm like, this is just a grind. It's going to take me forever to get to where I need to be. So boost to 80, knock out those 10 levels. I did in like 3 days, something like that.
Yeah,
like it wasn't too
it's
bad.
not bad.
And then now it's like, okay, cool. Like I know what I'm doing. It's very much like Diablo of just like, okay, I'm looking for that next piece of armor. I have my little chart up of like which I'm, where I'm going and stuff.
So you boosted to 80 and you had a guide to just tell you like, here's the abilities, here's your rotation and stuff, or like how does that work?
Yeah. So Jeff sent me a brewmaster, like here's how to play brewmaster.
Yeah.
And then I just followed that.
Yeah. That's what I would do. I don't think
grinding
sounds horrible.
Yeah. Like,
but you probably learn your character better,
well,
right?
The problem was
like systematically.
Yeah, but everything that I had, like leveling up, like I didn't, like I used it, but like the end game stuff, you're using it in such a different way. It's like
that's
doesn't matter.
Right. Is it because you're not like you're not being a tank in solo content, right?
Kind of, but like for instance, like my entire leveling, the level build, the whole point, like. You're supposed to be like drinking brews and stuff to like, absorb damage and to heal things and to take your stagger away and stuff. I didn't know what stagger was because I was never getting hit that hard throughout like the entire, like I beat the campaign. Mm-hmm. I mean, I skipped every cutscene and didn't really care, but like I, like got through it all.
Dang, dude.
So then whenever you're going into like dungeons, I'm learning like new mechanics, like it's a completely different experience. But I like it more because it does feel a little bit more like Diablo, where it's like, okay, I'm just working for that loot,
Yeah, there's definitely a loot grind. Kind of the progression of WoW is like, do the raid a couple of times just for the thrill of it. And then it becomes kind of, you reach a point where you won't have enough people to progress it anymore because you can only get through the normal difficulty or the heroic difficulty. And then Mythic requires 25 like locked in players and it's like impossible to get, so you stop doing the raid and then it turns into like the loot collection, which is in the dungeons, and you want to get the highest level loot possible, gear, everything's best in slot, and then it turns into like the Tekken leaderboards that we talked about a lot of times in past, where it's like, oh, I'm the rank 1000 in America brewmaster tank, oh now I'm ranked 200 in NA brewmaster. Like that's what I chase. Like for me, this is like kind of the part of the game that I don't really like that much, where it's like, oh, I gotta get the loot, I gotta level it up, like I gotta wait. I want to be to the point where it's like, okay, I can't get any more power gains. How hard can we push this? How far can we go? How can we climb the leaderboard? So it's kind of different for each player. Even where you're like boosting to 80 was the best thing I ever did. Harbin had a very different experience where I was like, Harbin, you should just try like leveling in Draenor like 1 to 80. It took me like maybe 1 or 2 days. And we might have to check in with him. I think he really liked the leveling process of 1 to 80, kind of taught him the class, reintroduced him to the game. So I guess it's going to be different for everyone. And that's what I'm pretty excited to observe, is to see how everyone reacts at max level.
Yeah.
And next week is where, Mythic Plus?
Yeah, Tuesday is the
big boy?
The big release. So if anyone wants to get in on guild activities, this coming Tuesday is, I'm not saying it's the day that we're going to be doing stuff, but this is the patch day where a lot of stuff is coming out at different accessibility option, like times. Like you can come in and do really cool stuff for an hour. You can come in and do really cool stuff for 5 hours. You could come in and just do one thing and then go eat dinner and then come back at the another day. There's going to be a lot of activities going on starting Tuesday.
And Mythic Plus is just because we did a Mythic dungeon, and this is just the next level of the dungeon.
Yeah.
Like
so
level.
Mythic Plus introduces new abilities, a timer. it kind of alters a lot about the dungeons, and it infinitely scales the difficulty. So you complete a Mythic 0 on Tuesday. Instead of just getting loot and getting out, you get a key in your inventory, and it'll be a random dungeon. It'll say like Mythic Dungeon level 1. You go into that Mythic 1, a timer pops up, all these different affixes pop up, like similar to Diablo. Diablo affixes where it alters, like different difficulty things will spike, and you'll have like a timer to complete the dungeon. You complete it in time, you get another key that's like Mythic Dungeon level 2 or 3 if you do it quick enough. And that might introduce more mechanics and more affixes and more difficulty. And every time you die, it takes time off the timer. And it is just
And those are all 5-man.
Yes, they're all 5-man. And it is just a ever rewarding system. Like I truly don't get tired of it, because the meta evolves, the dungeons evolve with you as the difficulty goes up. Certain things you can do at lower levels you can't do at higher levels. Things you can do at higher levels you can't do at low levels. Like it's the bread and butter for the casual WoW player.
So
in
like
modern day.
Yeah.
That's the casual player.
Yeah.
Well, what's the not casual player?
End game?
Casual end.
So like
game.
raiding
So
and stuff.
not
or
casual
PvP.
is like 25 people.
The most hardcore it gets is Mythic raiding, which is 25 dedicated locked in players, all with like multiple characters of the same class, because they're just going to play whichever of their characters gets the best RNG. So they're raiding multiple characters of the same class, and they're going to play whichever one gets the most lucky for gear. Like we're talking about how lucky Tyler got in one of the dungeons.
Yeah.
They're going to run that same dungeon on the same class, on the same spec multiple times, and say, okay, this is my character number 3 out of 5 got the most lucky this week. I'm bringing that into raid. And along with 2 others, and then next week this character got lucky, but it's like very, very hard.
Have you ever done that?
I did that 2 times, 2 expansions.
Was it worth it?
Yeah,
You loved it?
I loved it. It was
Dang.
sick. It was sick. I only did 2 expansions, but it's just like those are the players where it's like I only play WoW. You know, I can't do that. I want to play single player games. I want to play League. These are the people that are locked into World of Warcraft every single day, and it's like their life. Or they're actually paid to play the game, like professional WoW players.
So like for me, if I'm not dungeoning with you guys, I should just be running around doing the world missions.
If I were you, in your shoes, if you're not doing anything with us, I would be queuing for dungeons as a tank, getting the insta queue, because everyone wants a tank. You're going to get insta accepted and learning the dungeons and getting gear that way. I would be...
So just making other people pissed off at me versus you.
Well, yeah, or you could put in your note, like you can put in your application, beginner tank, be patient, or you could look for the groups. There'll be tags in other groups that's like beginner group or casual group. Yeah. Okay. I would maybe look at those if you don't want to get flamed, but... But
come play WoW, guys.
The thing about it is you're playing a tank, you're the most sought after role, and
I can't be afraid of being a tank.
You just have to go for it. And whenever I was playing a tank, I was playing more solo content than any of my other friends, so that whenever we grouped, I was able to call the shots. Hey, we're going here, we're going here, we're going here. No complaints. Do your job that I'm assigning you. I'm in charge. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for from T-Dog.
That sounds like Tyler. Assertive,
dominant, and
No, that's good.
That's my
Pongo.
Pongo can do that. That's what I named my character.
Yeah, Pongo's the guy.
How is Pongo not taken?
No, it was saved for you.
Apparently.
Everything that's happened in your life led you to this exact moment.
That's sad.
Pongo's
that's sad. There's so many. Okay.
All right.
Anyway.
So World of Warcraft going well.
Yep.
Going very well.
Nemesis Reborn coming back with a vengeance.
Online.
Just wait till you get your Frost Mage.
I know.
I mean, that's going to be
this guy.
That day.
This guy.
Just know that every time Tyler says, yeah, I'm hopping on the League, and that feeling you get, I get the same feeling every time
he gets no
Frost
feelings. He doesn't want me on League.
Yeah, I get no feelings.
He puckers a little bit. He's like, oh, no, I
don't mind it.
I hope he's just kidding.
I don't mind it. It's just that, like, I know he's going to hate it. And then I know like he's going to put no time into it, so he's never going to get better. So it's like the sad thing is Tyler's not bad if he's on Blitzcrank, or he did a pretty good Nautilus and pretty good Ziggs.
I was gonna say I like Ziggs. Ziggs solves
Yeah,
the best
too.
out of all of them.
Ziggs is fun.
Problem is Tyler doesn't play enough, so like once it gets mid game, he has no idea what's going on,
Yes.
which is I think a very common problem for league players,
You just need to tell him-
new league players.
Was he playing Ziggs bot or mid?
He was playing mid.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, yeah,
That's
the
tough.
problem is like
well, mid game mid laner is very
yeah, it's tough, especially as Ziggs because you go to a side lane, but you
can't
don't
side
have
lane.
a lot of
I mean,
escapability.
it doesn't
so
matter. I could be top, mid, bottom. Once it's mid, like once mid game, I don't know. What I'm
yeah, it's kind of tough. You get I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bad teacher, but like you have to kind of get a feel for the game state. I think a lot of it though is objectives. Like, hey, drag's gonna be up in a minute, so I'm gonna be in bot now because I want to be here for the dragon fight. Like this is a very important thing. It's gonna give us permanent benefits. So I'm clearing the wave. I mean, like what you're really typically doing is clearing waves because that's your gold generation. That's how you get stronger, right? So you're doing that, but yeah, it gets more complicated once you start getting into the jungle and vision and things. But Tyler's never gonna play, so it's like fine. He gets on every once in a while. He gets drunk during D&D, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna play, guys. Let's all get on." And then he gets on. They get crushed bot, and then he's not having fun.
I am having fun.
You're having fun?
The last 2 times I played, I was having fun. Maybe you guys weren't having fun.
I was having fun.
I was having fun.
I don't care.
I always have fun.
We play at normals. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I was talking to you upstairs. I'm washed. I stink at League now. I am horrible now. I literally feed every game. It's really bad. It's really
Nah,
bad.
you had a really good Smolder game.
I was playing Smolder today, dude. 1-10,
Oh,
2-9. I'm telling you, dude, I'm getting crushed out here. I don't know what the heck's going on.
You're too good.
No,
You're getting against like high-end players.
I don't know, dude.
Faker's coming in and just putting you in your place.
I just hit plat, and I am just getting demolished.
Is plat not good?
Plat is what gold used to be because they shifted the divisions.
Oh, yeah.
So like I should be like high plat, maybe emerald is like where I should be. But that was back when I had hands, and now I don't have hands. So I guess I'm where I shouldn't be. I guess I should be in gold, maybe. I have no idea.
What's the lowest? Iron?
Iron. But they're talking about adding an even lower division.
Wood?
Yeah, I hope it's wood. We've been talking about wood since
Dude,
the
I'll take
early
wood.
days of League.
I would take some wood.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know you would.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my rant. We have Clash tonight. We're supposed to. I don't even want to play. I stink.
You were the one talking up yesterday.
I don't have 5. I don't have 5 people.
Yeah, because you told me straight to my face you didn't want me.
That's true.
Yeah.
You want to play Clash? It's 3 games.
absolutely
Yeah, all
not. I
right.
gotta
Okay,
play-
so it's like
I have
what
to
are
get
you
to 220
talking
by
about?
Tuesday, man.
Okay, so it's mutually beneficial here.
Yeah.
I don't want you. You don't want to play.
Everyone's doing favors for old T-Dog. That's
I'm not doing you a favor. I'm being honest with you. I think that's.
Everybody's
Everybody's
we're
just
doing you a
doing it
favor.
all
I'm not
for me.
Play the game with us.
I'm being
just gonna
honest.
go play Pokopia upstairs with my little Switch.
Have you played more of that?
No.
I hear it's good.
Yeah.
People really like it.
Yeah. I
But
did get
it's-
my new Joy-Cons, though, to feel a lot nicer. So
Yeah, you
I
were
should
telling me
play
that. I just don't think like I need a really. It's gonna be Fire Emblem, but like I need a game to make me want to get the Switch 2.
People are saying Pokopia is
that game,
a Switch 2 seller, which is wild.
not for me though, because I've never played
not
an
for
Animal
you, not for
Crossing
you.
or
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Do you think it like does? Is it? It's the highest rated Pokemon game ever, right?
Yeah.
Is it
that's
deserved?
insane.
I don't. It's such a
Highest
like. It's,
rated
when I
Pokemon
think
game ever.
Pokemon, I don't think this game. Like this could be literally any
Spin-off.
game. Like it doesn't have to be Pokemon. It could just be. It could be Power World. Power World could have made this game, and it probably still would have been like, oh, this is great.
I don't know. Don't you think there's an element of it though where it has that branding, and that kind of sells it a little bit?
Maybe
Not
like,
even a little bit. A lot. It's Pokemon.
Yeah, maybe, but you're not battling. You're not catching. You're not like there's.
No, it's Animal Crossing with a Pokemon skin.
Yeah. But,
That's cool,
But
though.
what I'm saying is the Animal Crossing DNA and the Minecraft DNA is what's making it.
it's
a
Minecraft
good game.
too?
Yeah,
Oh jeez.
that's what's making it a good game.
Hardcore
It's
world?
not. Well, yeah, you're literally building.
A society.
Yeah, you're building buildings and homes and
It's like the Pokemon pinball.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. Like
You didn't like that one.
Well, no, like in a way, yeah, because it's like the pinball is just good enough.
Accentuation.
The Pokemon is secondary.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like Dr. Mario.
I don't like Dr. Mario at all, but yeah.
Dr. Mario is weird.
It's very
weird.
tough.
It's a weird game.
Just give me Tetris, man.
I agree.
Yeah.
Didn't they make a Pokemon Tetris game too?
I'm sure.
Oh man,
I don't
I'm trying to think.
remember that one.
I thought there was. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. All right, so Pokopia not playing it, or we have it. But
There's just so many like between Resident Evil, Eve, and WoW. I don't have the time. I don't even have the time for those three really. Like I've been slacking on Eve like hardcore because like out of the three, it's like well, Eve I'm still kind of playing when I'm not playing. So like I like that.
How's your Eve journey?
I love Eve so much.
How are you balancing everything? So what all are you playing? I mean, you kind of listed it
My
off with
only
your,
fear
with your
right
titles.
now is like my 1070 graphics card blows up because I have so many tabs open. And
Isn't the 1070 like a legendary card?
it's so good.
It's up there.
It's
Yeah.
such a good card.
I have so many tabs. That would be more processor, I thought.
Well, I have Eve is like almost always open, and then I have like WoW on top of that. But then I have to have OBS open too, so that I can hear my PlayStation audio.
Oh my god!
So
There's got to be a better way for that.
You gotta get an upgrade, my man.
So what I'm doing is I'm constantly alt tabbing World of Warcraft and Eve, and then I'll have like whatever Silk Song, Kingdom Come on my second monitor through OBS with my PlayStation controller, and then I have my wrist guard on because my wrist hurts from all the buttons I'm hitting. And
I guess that makes sense then. So if you're playing on your PlayStation, that's taking a lot of the work off of it. Yeah.
It's mostly just the Eve and World of Warcraft. Now I have World of Warcraft set to the absolute lowest settings possible, but then I have Eve set to the highest settings because that game's going to run like trash no matter what for my computer for some reason. But I am just in love with Eve. It is a joy. The thing about Eve is it's such a mystery. Like World of Warcraft is very front loaded. Here's the thing. Here's the world. Here's what you're doing. It's very like everyone's kind of like in the same area, kind of doing the same things. Eve is like everything is a mystery. I don't know what end game looks like. I don't even know what mid game looks like. I don't even know how. I'm still in. I'm like at least 200 hours. Like honestly, at least 200 hours into the game, and I'm still running like the tutorial missions, and it's exciting because it's like you're exploring things. The systems are in depth enough where it like gives me those original MMO feelings of like what's out there. Like
You're always learning something.
yes, you're always learning. Like what are the real players doing? What does this solar system look like? Like and you're coming up with all these images in your mind. And then I had like a lot of people talk about in World of Warcraft the first time they've seen Ironforge or the first time they've seen Stormwind or Orgrimmar, the big city you get to it. That I had that same exact experience in EVE Online when I saw Jeddah 4 for the first time, which is like the major trading hub. I arrived at Jeddah 4 and it was like this like, whoa, here's all the people, like here's all the players. Like it was extraordinary. So
It's one universe. There's not multiple servers. It's like 20,000 people. It's on this one server.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
so it's Eve is just I didn't know I needed it. I probably kind of don't need it, but it's like a blast from the past and I love it. I love it. And I love that its player base is seemingly older. So when you're talking to people, sometimes they'll be role playing or like very much into their corporation, or people are taking the game very seriously. Like, you know, you're not getting like teabagged by, you know, Sasuke or Goku in Fortnite. You know, like it feels like an adult game.
Yeah.
Even though it's like gameplay systems might be a little bit lacking. It's more of a systems game. But
It's very like spreadsheet menus.
It's a thinking man's game.
It's a thinking man's game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I'm excluded.
No, you're not excluded. I would love for you to play.
Well, you don't think I can play?
I don't think it's for you.
Yeah, that's all right.
We'd love to have you.
Thanks,
but
man. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that.
We'll get you in group 3. The thing with
Group 3. How many guys do you have?
not a lot. They told me I was group 3 for the raid. There's only 2 groups.
Oh, Oh boy.
I'm gonna have to have
I stumbled
Dwayne give
upon
you a
something.
call. We got to correct this.
Yeah, we need some. We need
He
some.
texted me. We are good. I
Everyone's
literally
good?
I was fine. I was fine.
Nemesis Reborn is struggling
I
a little
was
bit.
very in a weird way. Like me not doing that, I got a lot of other stuff done that we'll talk about. But it's good.
Let's talk about it now.
Okay, I was gonna say how much I wanted you to play Eve, but that's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sell me on Eve.
I think
Between Eve and World of Warcraft, which one should I play?
World of Warcraft.
Really?
Yeah. I think you would enjoy the like smack talking going
Absolutely not when I stink.
Yeah, but I feel like anyone can say anything.
I also don't understand. Like everyone's roasting each other. Not everyone. People are roasting each other. It's
Everyone.
like I thought this was a team game.
Yeah.
Although I should know better from League, where it's just like,
I was gonna say it's literally League.
yeah.
I think I
you
just
know
go
what?
back to like, is
I
it
take that
roasting
back.
or is it friendly banter?
I call it roasting. It's banter. Yeah, ribbing, whatever you want to call
but
it.
it's like really heavy ribbing is what I would.
If you walk into that, you don't know the dynamic of the friend group.
Yeah.
You're gonna think everyone hates each other.
Yeah.
So it's,
I think and I think that for the majority of it is that goes away when we stop winning as a group. So say like we're really struggling on a boss, like we're not actually roasting each other like, holy crap, you're garbage, we can't kill this boss. It's like we're roasting each other as we're winning.
Yes.
So it's kind of like imagine winning a game of League.
Yes.
But you're roasting your friend.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
remember
of
when you made
course.
that awful play back
Yeah,
there? But we were destroying their nexus.
I
That's
think
kinda
the
what it
key
is.
difference is when we lose, it gets worse and it gets real.
People start actually getting kind of
Yeah,
snippy.
dude, how could you die to that gank 3 times in a row? And then we start fighting.
And that is
So it's always toxic, but it's banter when we win, and then it's fighting when we lose.
I would say, like in WoW, we do. I don't think we roast each other when we lose. I think what ends up happening is we come together and say, like, what can we do better next time? Like, because everyone does take their role a little bit serious. Like, I understand where you're coming from in the League roasting because I've been there too. But I don't want to speak for the guild, but I've never taken it that way. Where like. We're just insulting each other. I did make my cousin quit the game one time accidentally for roasting him, but he only had one job. He had to kick one enemy at one. That was his only role for the entire dungeon. That was my bad. I'm reformed. Like, you know how Tyler has T1 has gotten better.
Tyler won.
I've gotten much better since that expansion. And
You made the guy quit.
he's my cousin. He's my blood.
True.
You know, I'm sure, you and your cousin have gone back and forth at times.
Can't think of one time.
Okay, well,
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I got you, dude. Yeah, sometimes it gets heated, and then sometimes you don't realize you're maybe stepping over the line.
Yeah, and especially like when we're talking
Why'd you
about
look at me
League,
like that?
we have the new players. We're not gonna roast any of the new players who are just trying to have fun and learn the game. We're roasting the people that we've been playing the game with for 20 years.
Yeah, you got to know if the other party's open to that.
But I roast you guys
banter.
all the time. Clearly, I'm open to it. My thing is like you not roasting me is almost like roasting me. Like you were saying, like is like oh good job, little bro. Like you
little head pat.
Yeah,
Get
like,
back on the bench.
yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're doing real good.
Yeah.
Good job, champ.
The thing I will
get him
say
next
about
time, slugger.
The thing I will say about
God.
your roasting, Tyler, is very intelligent. Like your roasting is like a lot of times when you roast somebody, I have a hard time. Do you have a hard time coming back with stuff on Tyler?
I try to just go really personal and like
He bottles it up and waits.
yeah. I try to really just get him.
like
Charge up. Like I charge up a spirit bomb.
Wait,
you know
is this
what I mean?
bad? Should I?
No, it's good. It's just like you had a roast.
Yeah, can you be dumber, dude? Can you just be like
No, that's not okay.
You had a roast in the dungeon we were doing. I was like, oh my God, like that was a really good, smart roast. Like, what do I say back? But I don't know if it was to me or someone else. Like, that's how, whenever Tyler roasts people, I'm like, it's either really fast and snippy.
He's witty. He's a very witty guy.
Witty.
Deadpan.
This is the problem when your partner is like this quick, dude. You're always on your feet, you know.
He should be roasting our ability to roast. We're so bad at roasting because he's the best roaster.
I'm okay at roasting. I feel like I can hold my own.
I felt so bad that one time I think I was trying to roast you and I accidentally roasted Kyle, but it was like a friendly. Like,
my
remember that
God.
when he was jungling and I thought you were jungling?
You did that again with,
I did that
with
again
California
with
with Taser. He's like, oh my God, this guy stinks, bro. And it's like, Jeff, you know I'm jungling right now, right? And he's like, oh crap. And the problem is we both have the same name. So you were saying John.
Yeah.
And he was probably, I don't think it affected him too much, but like,
Yeah,
he thought you were talking directly to him. It wasn't like
he's fine.
the other one was different because Kyle knew you were trying to get me, but you were talking about him.
I hope Kyle took it because either
Kyle's a good sport.
that
Yeah,
roast
he's
was
going on,
like it was a roast because there was nothing any jungler could do. I misplayed it, and it's like, oh, when you misplay, you say jungle diff. Like that's kind of the joke.
100%.
Yeah.
It's always jungle diff. Unless I'm playing jungle, then it's like no lanes
Lane
are
diff.
winning, dude.
Team
Like,
diff.
dude, no lanes are winning. What do you want me to do?
Right.
I'm going to farm. You know what I mean, Tyler? You ever been there?
I've been there.
Yeah, you've been there.
Never on jungle, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you like jungling because it's more PvE.
yeah.
Just you tack
No,
the buffs.
I think I did try jungle once. I don't remember who I played.
And it's a little bit more like concrete strategy because you have a jungle path.
Yeah.
So
Kind of like
you-
a tank.
At least early on, you kind of know. Yeah, kind of like tanking and WoW a little bit, except you're doing the whole thing.
Like
yourself.
tanking in WoW sounds a lot like just running dungeons in Diablo, where you're just like flying
Yeah,
through stuff,
yeah.
pulling different
Sure.
mobs, knowing when. Like, we'll try it. We'll see.
I think you're gonna be good.
I'm gonna.
You have to be good, dude, because you have to give the pandas a good name.
Well, that's,
you are the one. Like, we finally found a guild that's gonna give a panda a chance, and like, if
That's
you
true.
fuck this
Yeah.
up, they're gonna go back to, and it's just gonna prove what they think in their hearts,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So you are not playing for yourself. You're playing for a whole generation.
There's too much
You understand?
pressure. There's too much pressure.
Well, grow up.
Yeah, no,
and perform, man. Like, this is your
This
moment.
is what I need. This is what I need when we're
need
dungeoning.
this?
I need.
Yes,
I need
I
you
know
to
what
be
Tyler
like,
needs. You guys pat him on the head
Yes.
and saying, "Hey, sit this one out. Our ghost friend is going to do a better job than you."
Here's my thing.
Like,
if
that's not what he needs, man.
If I'm paying money for a subscription-based game,
yep.
time is money.
Yes.
Don't coddle me.
Get in
Just-
here. Have him get one shot. Have him learn.
Yeah. Well,
Learn the hard way.
Don't like murder
Put
me.
it
But
down.
just be like, hey, this is what I would do here. Like whenever I was asking you different things, I'm like, oh, okay, like. Can I just keep throwing my keg here? Is it like you know, the cooldown? Because like some of that
Is it
stuff
like
they don't actually
Gragas?
tell you.
I'm picturing Gragas.
It's a
his
lot
build.
like Gragas.
Yeah. Gragas is a
that
League of Legends champ.
character? Yeah.
He's a big fat guy,
Sure.
and he
I have him.
walks around with a cask,
Oh no, I don't have him anymore.
and
I
he
got rid of
drinks
him.
it. And when he drinks it, he gets like tanky.
Okay.
And then he can throw his cask and it blows up.
Oh,
and
so
it can
literally
knock
what I'm
people
doing.
around. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's pretty much the same thing. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to visualize.
Yeah.
What's Frost Mage then? Anivia?
Yeah, a lot
Kinda
like
like Anivia, kinda control magey.
A lot like
Well, new.
Nunu, Ash, maybe a little Ash. Some stuns, some slows.
Frost Mage right now is so sick. Like you're just throwing out. It's like a combination of like Storm from X-Men and like Anivia because you're throwing out all these different Frost basically environments. So you
Yeah.
have like this frozen orb that goes out and just it's in Diablo 2, but you have like Blizzard and you're just throwing icicles that are
like
critting off
AoE.
of everything. Yeah. Frost Mage
Sounds
is
like
sick.
Anivia.
Frost Mage is sick.
Yeah. I'm going to get there. I got time.
Buddy,
I got time. How do you get a level 80 boost? You just get it?
you just buy
You
it.
get it.
Oh, it's extra money?
No, it's with the expansion.
With the expansion? Okay.
But the subscription, not with the expansion.
I know. That's
Yeah.
what's so...
That-
you don't even
I-
get a free month.
You should have
That's so
seen my
stupid.
face because if I could have refunded it quickly and easily, I would have done it in a heartbeat.
Oh, man.
It was just the principle of it. I was so
Yeah,
mad because I was
that's-
like, okay, can't wait to play, and they're like, you have to buy this,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you.
What a
It's-
horrible
Like
model.
we said, it's $65. That's less than a AAA game.
Yeah, you know what? Kinda.
Yeah,
you know-
for a month.
For a month.
So if I get to month 2, it's more than a AAA game.
Listen, it's not for everyone.
Okay, I'm just saying.
not
I'm just
for
it's
everyone. I
Point
understand
counterpoint.
that.
That's how the couch company goes.
All
man.
right, my counterpoint is these paid subscriptions like Eve, like WoW, like Final Fantasy 14 offer an experience, a live service model unlike any other game. You can't get it anywhere else.
No.
And it's unfortunately a business model that offers the most clear path for consistent development and safe development. Whereas if it's a free-to-play game and your player base fails, all of a sudden the content is in jeopardy. So I know it's not consumer friendly, but for me it's player friendly because I get to come back to Azeroth whenever I want and there's always titties content waiting for me.
I was hoping that sentence ended a little earlier, but
Titties.
yeah.
That's how you get them.
My bad.
If content was out of that sentence, man, I'd be on board in Azeroth. All right.
I'm enjoying it so far.
That's good.
Yeah.
I heard you're doing good. Sort of. I was just giving you shit. All right, so we got a lot of other things. We got past our first topic.
Sorry, yeah.
No, you're good. World of Warcraft is hot right now.
Yeah.
It's all you guys are talking about.
Jeff's
we literally
been talking
sat
about it for
upstairs.
years about how it's like
in the
life
kitchen.
changing. I wanted a part of that.
I'm at a crossroads. Do you understand?
I know.
Okay,
Dude, he was telling me on
have
the way
to-
home. I'm like, how, like, I got goosebumps.
Yeah,
I thought I had him.
it was a
I
good
thought I
speech.
thought I had him.
So for context for the audience, Jeff pulls me aside after D&D Wednesday, and he just looks me in the eyes and he tells me, John, you're at a crossroads, which is like, that's the way you start a speech, dude. That's
Yeah.
the way you start a one-on-one.
That's how you get someone to go to Pensick.
You get attention. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same method, kind of. That one was more like, hey, I think I've solved our problem
Yeah.
of being single, but you have to trust me. And then he wouldn't tell me what it was for like a year. So that
It
a
was
little
literally like
different.
maybe 2 months.
It was
like
2 months.
2 years-ish.
Yeah.
And anyways, I'm at a crossroads, and then I was like, I thought it was going to be like some life advice. Like, dude,
Kind of.
you gotta, I don't know, figure something out. But no, it was about World of Warcraft, and he's like, this might be your last chance, dude. I was like, oh, shoot. It was a very good sales. Like, his salesman came back. his days in
It
the
was
sales department.
John, you're at a crossroads. Life is going to be coming at you very fast. There's only a couple of opportunities left to experience what a true MMO is and has been. Are you going to take it, or are you going to let it pass you by? Something like that.
Then Eminem started playing. And then, yeah, so it was good. And, I got my Frost Mage in the hopper.
You're always talking about the game that, like, everyone's playing. This is it.
Dude, MMOs stink.
I know, but this is it.
It's not the one I want to play.
Hey, sometimes you
look.
don't make that call.
I do make that call. I don't play it.
Oh, yeah,
that's
I
an
know,
easy
that's-
call to make.
I'm just saying you can't make the call.
I don't
of
know.
what
We'll
everyone's
see.
playing.
Apparently I can play to 20 or something.
Yeah, but I don't.
That doesn't tell me anything.
It'll
Character creation's big for me. If I like my character, there's a higher chance. Like every incremental thing, the chance for me wanting to play goes up,
The character creator is not good, but it's also not
not
bad.
good.
Like, you can
That's
make
not what I
a
wanna
character
hear.
that you like. It's just not, there's not a lot of sliders
Yeah.
at all.
It's sold.
But
Yeah,
Yeah.
by
and that's
tw-
the revamped one.
Yeah.
but by 20, you will know your rotation outside of cooldowns for Frost Mage. So you get a feel for what like the regular buttons feel like, but not like the big number
Big hits.
stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
I very much enjoyed my mage last time I played World of Warcraft back in like
2024?
2024, I think.
Wow, that's sooner than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did get into
Dude,
one of the things.
Buy
Dragonflight or something?
the only expansion of WoW that I haven't bought was the last one before midnight. I purchased every single
Now you have
expansion.
it.
Played, now I have it.
Oh, yeah.
I do remember enjoying Mage because it felt like I was actually doing something. The biggest issue that I have with MMOs is I never feel like I'm actually contributing or doing damage or doing whatever or anything. Tank is nice because I'm not, and I know that. I'm just taking the hits. And,
You are doing something.
yeah, right. But it feels a little bit better than when you're like, I'm a ranger, and then you throughout the entire campaign you're like one shotting these dudes, and then you go into like a bigger fight and like you do nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Played once when I was like 10.
Yeah, well,
Got a turtle, left. I think I left on top. I don't know. I feel like I can't beat that experience.
Well,
Except Jeff did tell me I can get like 3 turtles.
yeah, you can have 3 turtles.
That's pretty sick.
And they all like attack at the same time. And they grow big, and you're commanding them to do different things.
I have my little
is anyone a hunter?
personal
No.
pet.
Oh,
We don't
I'd
have
be
a
the
single
only hunter?
Yeah, they don't have any mages and no hunters.
Yeah, those would be my 2 picks. Or rogue. I think rogues are cool. But
Rogues-
apparently they're bad right
yeah,
now.
rogues aren't super great.
But
right
I
now.
wouldn't play to be like good. I would just play to be cool. Like that's what it is for me. It's all aesthetic. I got to have like fun doing it. I got to be throwing icicles.
So the
Blizzards.
biggest damage right now is hunter, warlock.
Oh, Hunter's
mage.
really good.
Yes. So
The pet build or like a different build?
I think it's marksman, but you still have a pet as marksman. You might still have 2 pets as marksman now. I'm not familiar with Hunter, but Hunter is absolutely like you can go on the internet and like go to Warcraft logs and it'll show you all the top performers, and it's just
Hunters.
It's just Hunter, Demonology Warlock, and maybe sprinkled in a mage here and there, and like a Fury Warrior maybe. But like Hunter is outperforming like nobody's business.
Just
we don't
busted right
have
now.
a single one.
But doesn't that mean it'll get like nerfed or something? Probably.
Sometimes
Yeah.
not. Sometimes it could mean like just the content out right now is very beneficial towards Hunter like rotations and cooldowns. The next raid that comes out might more benefit, a melee or something else. So the numbers kind of tell us it's like a snapshot of like right now with the content out, Hunter is performing very well. When Mythic Plus comes out, we don't know if that's going to translate to Mythic Plus. Like I kind of been saying on so far is like only time will tell. We have to wait for things to unfold and see where people get to.
Exciting times. All right, Tyler.
Okay, now we got past our first topic.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we got past our first
Yeah.
topic, and there's a lot of like Tyler quirky things on here, so we're just gonna go
Oh, just knock my stuff out real quick?
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the first one?
your obsession with handhelds.
Yeah, I really like handhelds. I bought a new handheld. I bought several new handhelds, but I found
How many
the
do you have
handheld- 9. I bought.
Dude,
well,
you
that's-
have more handhelds
that's not
than days of the
including
week.
Switches and Steam Decks.
There's 100% count. So you have 11? No, you have multiple.
Nine,
Switches. You have like,
10,
oh
11,
my
12,
God.
I'm looking at them right now on this
15,
table.
maybe.
Dang.
Yeah. Well, I'm consolidating all my SD cards and I'm reformatting everything. I'm gonna make them
You
all.
could throw a handheld out every day, and it would
For a
take
week.
you
Yeah.
half a month
Yeah.
to get through them all.
Yeah. But they're all different
Yeah.
form factors.
It's like
and
a
different
different-
things and
yeah.
stuff. So I found kind of my Goldilocks handheld, which is nice.
Okay. Which one is it?
It's the. I knew you were going to ask me that. It's the Ioneo
Of course I'm gonna ask you
Pocket Air Mini.
I take an interest in your obsessions.
It's a horizontal handheld.
Some of your
It's
obsessions.
a 4x3 screen.
4x3.
I prefer.
That's the
Android.
Game Boy Color model.
4x3 would be like PlayStation and Dreamcast. It's like old TVs.
Oh wait, what?
3x2 is Game Boy Advance.
Which one is it?
Here, I can grab it real quick.
Yeah. All right. Tyler's grabbing it. I was talking about okay.
Oh, that was not what I was expecting.
Yeah, so it's like a mini Steam Deck.
I thought more
Yeah.
square.
But it feels
I
like
was thinking of like a actual like it's based on because what you were trying to do, if I understood correctly, is
Oh, this feels
it
nice.
just feels
Yeah, it
really
does
well
feel good.
built, right? Like it's
yeah.
sturdy.
like those joysticks are bad. Like
Is that
they're-
like the most powerful thing you can get?
no?
Oh, it's not that powerful.
No, that doesn't do. It can do some like GameCube, but basically that goes through Dreamcast. But
so
that's
this is
fine.
your Dreamcast one.
This is my everything
Main one.
to Dreamcast. Yeah, and that's in
Is
N64
Dreamcast
and stuff. PSP.
Before PS1?
No, after PS1.
Okay, so you can play
everything
PS1.
before. Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Dreamcast is better than PS1 graphically.
So this is your jack of all trades.
This is my because like when you're looking at like PlayStation stuff and then it starts moving to the 16:9 stuff and then you have like hacks for all that and whatnot, like you start getting like more powerful. That's why like yours, which is a 16:9 screen, it looks good and feels good and stuff. But this is like I don't know, like the horizontal, the size, the like everything. I don't know. It feels
good.
really good. And this is actually I think it was like $100. Like it's not like
That's
this is
it.
actually, yeah, it was like
not
fairly
bad.
cheap. And that's the increased price too, because I think this launched at like $80.
Wow.
And typically this company is like super expensive, and this is their like budget handheld. And the only downside to this is the screen's not OLED, but like it is really nice.
I thought that was like your one thing you had to have
Yeah, but
OLED
for-
everything.
but for $100
literally
like
said
for-
that.
but for,
Alright,
you know.
alright.
So this, like I don't know,
That's
this
good.
is like
It's great. Do you play? So like I thought.
let me put it this way.
All right.
I'm going on vacation in
Yes.
a week.
Yes.
This is the one I'm taking
Okay, so it's your favorite.
right now. Yeah.
Okay. So again, I thought your plan was because you have some that look like a Game Boy DS or a Game Boy Advance or like a DS or a Game Boy Color.
Like play the Game Boy
So
Color games on the
if
Game
we're
Boy
gonna play
Color.
a Game Boy Color game, you'd play that one. Is that right or no?
For that specific case, probably. But boy, this is just really comfortable.
so you don't touch the other ones. Yikes.
The other ones are more powerful and they have their uses. So it just
you don't
depends
use
on what I'm doing. Well, look, I have a lot. So I just kind of so like I said, I'm consolidating everything. I'm going to kind of take stock of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll maybe trim back a little
Are you
bit.
just
We'll
huffing copium right now or?
see. Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes you just got to figure out where you're at with Tyler. Like what's going on.
My question is this coming from like a collector's perspective? Because it seems very collector-esque. Like, can I collect the hand? Can I have a full library? Is that like, do you have certain games that you want to play, or is it more like I want to collect them all and have all of it?
So I was telling Chelsea this. I'm having more fun, literally, like. And this is actually the next thing on my list.
Tyler fell down a hole?
Yeah, I fell down a hole.
Tyler fell down a hole.
Originally, I was like, okay, I don't have the hard drive space for like every game I want to download and stuff like that because the ROM site that hosts all the ROMs that we legally had but then lost in a fire.
Yeah, there's
whatever the thing. Yeah. All of those I couldn't fit. Yeah, we have them all.
Yeah. Had them. Past tense.
So I didn't have that hard drive space. I was doing a curated list. Then I went down this dark hole of like, you know what? I have till March 31st when the site shuts down.
Yep.
I'm just going to get everything. So I have a 16 terabyte hard drive coming tomorrow.
Oh
my!
You did it?
Yeah.
Dude, because I was texting our group chat. I was like...
Yeah, you were like, give me a quote.
I was pretty drunk yesterday, so I was like, oh, dude, how much do we need? And I was going to buy it.
Yeah.
You beat me to it.
Yeah.
Dang, that's why you didn't respond.
Well, turns out.
Yeah, you asked for a quote.
I asked
You asked for a quote, so
and
I fell down the rabbit hole.
did I cause
Oh,
this?
100%. Because I saw that on my couch.
I was going to buy it for you.
I know, but so you know how I
Doesn't
am.
let me do nice things for him,
Where
dude.
it's like, oh, I wanted like the SSD, and so this is like think like old school Western Digital like mechanical drive.
Yeah,
this isn't
like a
super
server.
fast. Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's like I got this thing. It's 16 terabytes.
Yeah, you're
so
not
like,
going to...
I can-
You're not
So
gonna-
I'm having the, like my computer's been running for like days now. So
You're working that thing.
yeah, it's like
Is it it's still going right now?
oh, it's still going. Yeah, the monitor's
That
goes off
thing is
because it's
silent.
an OLED.
What's
My-
it doing?
So I'm downloading every USA game for Dreamcast, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, PlayStation 1, 2 portable,
You're going to have everything.
N64, GameCube, Neo Geo, whatever.
What is that?
Like there are some systems I like. So it's like Sega Saturn CD.
Yeah.
X32, which I think is like on top of Sega. So like I got that book underneath the Game Informer magazines, which is like 9 years of console generations. So basically I'm just going through that and just like, oh, here's a new console I've never heard of before. What emulator does this? And then I'm just get
Wow.
everything. So I'm downloading everything.
Up
like
until
everything,
what? What's the
everything.
last console?
PS2 would be the last one. I'm not going to go PS because it's like that's still new and stuff, and it's a huge headache. So PS2
360 or original Xbox.
it'd be original Xbox, but even that just started maturing
Yeah,
a little
it's
bit,
like-
and it's like,
Too new.
yeah, I'm not too into that. So, and you can still honestly play a lot of those still on PC and Xbox, and like you can still kind of get like you're starting to get in the territory of like there are ways to play those like fairly easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna have literally everything, and now I'm doing full dumps, which means I'm getting every like
Full dump.
full. So
Like you had Chinese the day before,
yeah,
and it's
I'm talking like demo discs. You're gonna get like the PlayStation Mag, like demo,
the
like
Couch
just
Company Game Preservation
everything
Initiative.
everything
Yeah,
that
it really
exists
is.
because I didn't want to like go in and cherry pick stuff and then accidentally like exclude something.
Yeah.
So I had downloaded all of these already.
holy.
But now I went a step further, and it's just like as long as it says USA, and now when I say USA, I'm like World, USA, USA Europe, USA Japan, whatever. As long as USA is in the
So you're doing the
title.
same game like a million times?
so Technically, no, because they only release it like the way it is. No, I'm just saying like.
Oh, okay. It's just
the way I'm
scrapes
finding
for,
them.
yeah,
the way I'm
okay,
finding them.
Gotcha.
So I'm giving that. That's
I thought you were doing like 5 versions of the same freaking game, man.
But there are some versions where I am doing, like if there's a Rumble version and a non-Rumble version for like Game Boy Color or something, I am doing both because what I'm doing is I'm calling them like my unfiltered list or my dirty list or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm just getting everything because I'm under a time crunch. Getting everything put on the hard drive. Then I go through the fun, and this is my game, going through the fun process of curating everything where now I'm pulling out all the prototypes, all the demo discs, all that stuff, putting them to the side so you have like this clean, like perfect library. Then you go on Wikipedia and you say, okay, how many games released on, Dreamcast in North America over the course of whatever. And if I think it's like 225 or something like that, or 325, like whatever. It's like they have like, this is what's considered like a collector's thing. And then I make sure that number matches mine. And as long as I'm within, 1 or 2 of them, I'm like, great, I'm not going to find the one I'm like, I count that as like, I have a complete list. I move on. So I'm doing that. The PS2 is going to be the biggest one because that's like 7 terabyte download.
Yep. There's like a billion games on PlayStation 2.
I can't do that. And then but anyway, so
I cannot do that.
Well, I can do that. I just can't until I have my hard drive. I don't have the space for it.
Yeah.
So I'm doing
So
all
you're
of that.
going to do that?
Yeah.
This guy is nuts, bro.
Well, no. That's not the hole. That's the lip of the hole. That's the, hey, let's see.
That's level 1?
That's level 1. Level 2.
Oh my God. It's a 3-tier system.
Now, as I'm downloading all of the CD-based games, they download in zip files. And in zip files, they have the bin and the queue files and everything.
I played Doom. I'm
yeah,
familiar.
Okay. You have to take all of those files and compress them into something that the emulator will actually do. So once I download like the 7 terabytes of whatever, now I'm running a separate program on top of that is unzipping every single file, combining all of them into a new thing that's less space than a zipped file and that the emulator actually reads, then deleting the zipped file and automating that process. So then that takes about a day, for whatever.
Of course.
So I'm doing all of that. Step 3.
Tier 3. Dude.
I am getting
3-tier system. Remember, stay with me. Here.
I am getting the.
This is what
I'm getting the physical media screenshot of everything.
Oh yeah.
The front and back.
This is my favorite part.
The front and back of every
this is
disc.
my favorite part.
The 3D box art. So they take it, they impose it on a 3D thing or whatever. A screenshot from it.
The disc.
Well, the disc is the physical media. So if it's a disc, it'll be that. If it's a cart, it'll do that. If it's a Super Nintendo cart, it shows you that.
Whatever the image is.
So whatever the physical media.
Whoa,
thing
wait.
is.
So is it the case?
I'm getting the case back and front.
Yes.
I'm getting the physical disc or cart, depending on the system.
Or
I'm getting the screenshot. I'm getting the title screen of everything. I'm getting the logo of it. So someone went into all of and granted, it's not for every game, but like, let me put it this way. I scraped Super Nintendo. I think out of the 1,000 games, it couldn't find like 6.
Yeah. So we got to track those down.
Yeah. I'm getting the logo of it. So like if I want like a front end emulator and it's just like, I want the logo to just pop up whenever I launch the game or something, I can do that. I'm getting a video, like a 10-second video, which you have on your Retroid that we grabbed. 10-second video of everything, and I'm getting the manual.
Do you have to do that yourself?
Every game. No, well, So there's a program called Scraper, which has a massive database that people just upload scans of just all this stuff.
Okay.
I can only hit that 20,000 times a day. Like I can only ping that.
Jeez.
Yeah. So one system, and now I named 9 things that I'm grabbing. So when you do the math, it's like, okay, I do a system of 1,000 games, and it's doing 9 items per that. So you're doing like 9,000 things. So I can get through 2 systems a day. So it's going to take me about a week to 2 systems a day to like churn through everything.
This is Eve's skill training queue.
Basically,
in real
but
life.
It's like,
yeah.
But it's just constantly going. So like I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have my Dreamcast compressed. I have all of PSP downloaded. I have all of Super Nintendo scraped. And then I load up the next batch and we move on. It's
and you're loving this.
And that's the first
the
part.
joy.
And then once I have all the raw data.
I thought we were at the third tier.
No, you are. But like that's like.
So that's 3-tier system, and then part 2.
Well, part 2 is then I get to do the thing of curating it and putting it actually on things, and then finding hidden gems and making collections and being like, because then I'm gonna go.
Part 2 is the part you're not gonna get to.
Well, no, part 3 is playing the games. Part 2,
okay,
part
so
2 is cataloging. That's my bread and butter. Yeah.
Part 3.
Part 3 is
Never
like that's what you guys can do. I'll be like, oh hey, I heard this was a good game.
Well,
Maybe
you
play
said
that.
finding the gems. I assume that meant playing.
So
the game.
I'm going on. There are a bunch of different Retroid guys. So like Retro Game Core is on there. There's a geek. I forget geek something.
Maybe that's the guy I go to.
He never shows his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, he has.
RyanRetro.com.
Oh, Ryan Retro. Yeah. He just came back. He's good.
He's cool. His website like has like optimal settings for
yeah.
It's cool.
But they have these videos of like, oh, here's, because like I got IGN's like top 100 and do whatever, and that's fine. But now I can say like, hey, here are the hidden gems of GBA based off of like Reddit, and I just comb through Reddit and see like all these different things that people are calling out of like these obscure titles, put them in a collection, and then I can just have all these different collections of like, I'm excited. And then,
part 4.
After all that's said and done, I have all the BIOSes on there. I have all that, and then I can have that as like my server for my saves. So now I can play whatever handheld, pick it up, and just continue my game versus having to start over on each individual handheld, which is good. So I'm excited. That's how I've been getting through Fire Emblem, because I would never start Fire Emblem from the start again. Yeah.
Wow.
So if you want to play anything up through PS2 in about a week, I can do that for you.
Oh my gosh.
So what's on your list of retro to play? Fire Emblem?
I'm playing Fire Emblem right now, and I want to play Advance Wars because I'm in like a tactics mood, and that's about it.
I always wanted to play. If there was one game to go back to, I think I would want to play Parasite Eve on PlayStation 1. That's the one that I feel like has always eluded me. I don't really know anything about it, but it's enticing. It looks good. It's Square Enix, and I think it was just Square at the time. But it's like an RPG.
Did they remake that or no?
No, it's like an RPG with like firearms and you're shooting demons, I think. I could be completely wrong.
Sure, I don't know.
So you never played it?
Never played it. Yeah.
Yeah, I generally go back and play the things I played, but Fire Emblem's one that I've never played. Like the OG ones.
That's part of the compression stuff, but for PlayStation games specifically, they have multiple discs. You have to make an M3U file, list out the paths of each of those discs, and then drop the discs in a separate folder. So then whenever it's on your list, you're not seeing like disc 1, disc 2, disc 3. You just see the game.
Yeah.
And it's cleaner. So that's
but there's
that's
a folder that says multi-disc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still see the folder multi-disc?
Yeah.
You can turn that off.
I don't need to.
All right.
It's a good reminder.
Yeah.
So what is, Tyler, what is your like retro order? Like what are you most excited to play on all these retro things?
We were talking, I honestly, GBA is just like perfect.
So
like
good.
from a fidelity standpoint, a gameplay standpoint, a content standpoint,
it holds up
like,
so well.
Yeah, like the sprites are amazing. It doesn't feel like it's like held back in any way. I think that is like the perfect. So like for me personally, it's GBA Super Nintendo. Like that's my era of like if I'm playing something, I'm playing between those two systems. PlayStation is going to be interesting. And I think there's a couple like Dreamcast things that I wanted to, maybe mess around with. But I think for that, like, that's when you're getting into polygons and you're getting into like, they don't really hold up that well and they don't play that well and stuff. So I think anything that's like tactical, and even with the GBA and Super Nintendo, it's less about like Mario and more about like Fire Emblem and like the RPGs that I missed out on and stuff.
Yeah, I just went down a huge Fire Emblem hole, so that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Like I had to do research on like which ones to start because a lot of them didn't come to the US.
Yeah, so the first one was like 7.
Fire Emblem 9 is actually 2, but remade and launched in the US. It's like, oh my gosh.
Which was like kind of Final Fantasy, but at least Final Fantasy like cleaned it up eventually.
They cleaned it up, yeah. I think now we have a set order. Fire Emblem's still a mess where it's like Fire Emblem 1 through whatever is still only Japan, and then the remakes or remasters are counted as a sequel. So like
Yeah.
Fire Emblem 10 is actually a remake of whatever.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's very strange, but I've had a lot of fun. So like 7 is like technically the first one for the US.
Yep.
So that's where I started. And then everyone was like saying this is a really good starting off point. I mean, I think it is because it has a good tutorial, like the mechanics. Like one of the big things, I had a lot of fun looking up these videos because it's a very common question for people who want to get into Fire Emblem is, where do I start? There's so many of these things. And a lot of the philosophies that I heard were, the mechanics change from game to game, but Fire Emblem 7 not only has a really good tutorial, the mechanics are like very consistent across the board. Like this is very core Fire Emblem gameplay. So if you understand this game and get good at it, that's going to translate very well to the other games.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
All like my people are dying though. It's a problem.
Yeah,
not good.
It did straight up tell me now where it's like, okay, like you finished the tutorial.
Yeah, after
if
you
someone
past-
dies, you're dead.
Yes.
I'm just like, okay.
I'm
Like, there's
down like a handful of people, and it's people I've trained a lot,
Yeah.
so it's a big problem. And Fog of War is bullshit. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Because people come out of the fog and just kill me.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't have countered, but I didn't see them.
I can't wait for you to play Advance Wars.
No way. Is it all that bullshit?
It's so
I hate that. That seems so cheesy to me.
so.
It's like I didn't get outplayed. It's just I can't see where they're at.
But Advance, like you build units specifically to counter Fog of War stuff. Like it's a
Yeah,
little
but they
bit
have
more.
that in Fire Emblem too, where it's like, oh, if you have a thief, he can see in the dark. It's
Yeah,
like,
but you can-
thieves suck.
Yeah, but you can build whatever you want and figure out stuff
I
where you
see
can
what you're
like Fire Emblem. You're thief dead. Oh well,
yeah, it's
like
bad.
you're done. Yeah.
You can use torches too, but it's a hole.
Yeah, I think it does it a little bit more elegantly. But I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. See, it's just very frustrating. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. The last thing you had on here was taking more breaks on scary games.
Oh yeah, I know you got. So Jeff, you finished Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Were you scared with it? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Very scared.
Full VODs online.
Some. Most. Very scary. For me, very scary game. And having to implement tactics of like looking at my second screen, which shows OBS, which shows the game shrunk down, and playing on the
Yeah.
smaller screen, like
Yeah.
sitting back in my chair further away from the screen, playing during the day, implementing my like look down strategy where if you're scared in a game, you just, and it's first person, you can just tilt your camera to the ground and watch your feet run. And if you hit a wall, you can kind of tell when to turn left and when to turn right. So I was implementing a lot of those for Resident Evil 9. I was very, very scared of the game, but I absolutely adore it. I love it. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
So
I'm doing a lot of the same things of like, okay, like I only play during daylight. I stopped using my good headphones, so now I just play through my computer speakers because it was
Oh.
too like.
Do
Like
you
I
guys
was too immersed.
find that it's very quiet?
No.
no, Grace is always breathing.
Yeah,
in
like
my
I would,
ear.
I would hear every
Yeah,
little
Grace is-
crackle of everything.
I guess like for me, I gotta mess with my settings maybe, but like the dialogue is much more quiet than
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
No, you haven't had that issue. Like
Anyways.
the dialogue was over top of the people rating the one night.
really.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
wow.
I could hear
Maybe
it
it's-
fine.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it
gotta-
wasn't like I
yeah.
could hear Grace breathing
Yeah.
over all the,
Yeah. No, it is
Um,
very. Yeah, the sound design's great.
Yeah, but it's like it leads to the scariness and everything. So it's just like I'm doing all this stuff, and I kid you, because I'm sure you guys are both further than me, but like you know how it pulls from like Resident Evil 2, where like the thing's chasing you and stuff, or like the first part, and like I've never felt like my chest tighten really to that level where I'm like legit like terrified of certain things. And this game has done it to me like 3 times now where I'm like, oh man, maybe I should just like give my blood pressure a second. Like I'm getting up there, you know, I'm getting a little older. We gotta maybe
Take care of yourself.
yeah,
man.
like I don't want to have a heart attack, you know, at 40 or whatever. So I was doing that, and then I thought like, oh, okay, like maybe it just did that like guy chasing you, whatever, and that was it. And I got into this kind of loop, and this game does a very good job of like, okay, like once you start like, okay, I kill these guys, I do this, and you just kind of run back and forth, you're doing this stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like this big thing like jumps out at me and starts breaking through this wall or whatever, and
every time you start
feeling
comfortable,
like
boom,
it does something else.
It has
It's
very
like,
good pacing in that regard,
Yeah.
I think. Which is like I remember we talked a lot about like the Witcher philosophy, where like you have to have so many things on the map. You have to run into something every so often to keep players engaged.
Like for this certain
I think
distance or
for
whatever.
this, it's the same concept, but in a sense of comfortableness.
Yeah.
Like once you start getting the ropes, once you start thinking, "Oh, I'm mastering this game,"
Like
boom, it's going to hit you.
Seeing the mechanics behind it or something. Yeah.
Every time like my inventory, I was like, all right, I'm stocked up. I got some healing. I got some bullets. You know, once exactly to your point, you're like, okay, I can take on anything. Boom, it's going to hit you with whatever that anything is. And then your inventory's going like way down. And
It's going to give you like a bunch of stuff that you need to pick up and you don't have the space for it. Or,
I've gotten to the point where when I see a bunch of stuff in one place, I'm like, oh, fuck. Because like I know this is for a reason.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
like RE4, you know?
Yeah,
it's like, here's a rocket launcher just
it's
propped
like,
up against
great.
the corner.
What am I going to face
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Where I need this. Yeah.
I don't know how much you guys want to talk about the whole game. Obviously, no spoilers because you're not through it with Tyler. But I thought the first part of the game was so good that the other parts of the game felt very jarring. Like,
okay.
For me, it was like it felt like almost 3 separate games. But we don't need to get into that yet. We can just talk about the first part, which was so spectacular, and the scary part. And what I loved about the hospital setting with Grace so much was even like the really minute details of like the zombies retaining some of their personality.
Yeah, yep.
So like the one guy, I guess he was like a worker in the hospital who was like always in charge of making sure like certain lights were turned off and on. So like if you just wanted to avoid that zombie and not have to kill him, you could just turn on certain lights in the hallway and he would go and make sure that light was turned off.
I had no idea that you could do that.
Yeah, so
you just like sneak by him.
You flip the switch.
I just shot him in the face. That seemed to work really
You're
well.
one bullet from Leon, and that's what you used it on? That's like the first guy you see after...
I didn't use the big gun.
okay.
I
Requiem.
used to,
Yeah.
He was just a regular guy, right? That's the guy I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saved the big one for the big guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple big guys in each area.
I tried getting the...
or ladies, a couple ladies too. They were actually
Yeah.
difficult.
I didn't know they were going to be as strong as they were.
Yeah, that's like I thought it was just like a creepy. Oh, I'm
Well, it's like you're
singing
doing
and-
the math in your head, right? And it's like, okay, like I can knock a zombie down in 3 shots. So it's like, okay, I have 9 bullets. I can kill 3 zombies.
Yes.
And to your point with the pacing, and then it's like, okay, I got to a very specific point where now it's taking 4 shots. And boy, did I learn that the hard way. Because it's like, oh, 3 guys are walking down. I'm like, okay, I can't miss a shot, but I got all 3 of these. Nope. And then it's like, well, what the heck do I do now? You know, and it's just,
Gotta get creative. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just so awesome, like seeing all the mini puzzles that you could do within each zombie. Like the chef has kind of like different tactics you can take with the chef, and you can get cooked by the chef. So like I didn't know that, but somebody in one of my chatters messaged me like, hey Jeff, did you know that there's a trophy for dying to the chef in this certain way? It's like, no, let me reload that and try to die to this zombie to get this certain cutscene. Like there's like just so many little things within the first area of that game that I wanted to explore, and I never figured out the roulette wheel. There's like the roulette wheel in the
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Does it do anything?
I thought it was just for
Yeah.
show.
No, you have to like roll I couldn't figure out. I had to look it up, but you have to roll a certain number and then like shoot the ball and something happens.
Sure.
Yeah,
There's a ton of puzzles and stuff. Like,
Dude,
very
it picked
deep,
up, it was
yeah.
like, here's a well-worn pencil. And I'm like, great, maybe I'll let me stab a zombie in the neck. And it's like, no, you use this to like
yeah, that's
color
right.
in the pad to get the code
It's
for the
cool,
whatever.
yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, which is cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
But I'm like, oh, all right. I'm like, I just need something to shank a zombie.
right. Yeah. You need like Leon's knife from RE4.
Yeah.
Start parrying.
the entire time I was playing that opening, not even the opening level, but that first, we'll call it an act. I was just thinking to myself, like, everyone's complaining about like fidelity isn't going up, like we're at this standstill in technology, and I just kept thinking like, I love how small and detailed this little one hospital is, opposed to like the giant open world games that have infinite leaf detail and all these things. I was like, I will gladly take a highly detailed like building if it's well designed, the level design is superb, all the little interactions with all the objects is awesome. I was just blown away by it, and I don't like horror, and I could not stop playing this game. And aside from like my gripes with the rest of it, I'm not sure where. I've only played 4, 8, and now 9, so I'm not sure where my order lies with those 3 Resi games.
Because this is kind of like a combination of it. So
and it's kind of like also where they're saying that this is one of the most scary ones. It's like, do I have the guts now to go back and try 7, which is apparently also a very scary one, but it seems like a smaller one as well, where it's like in this family's.
Yeah.
They're like the hillbillies or something.
I think
like
that one's a little bit more creepy.
Yeah.
Not scary, but creepy.
It's scary, but from what I remember, it's not as scary as 9, in my opinion. I think it's more like
I don't know.
Like there's a lot of gross out in it.
Okay.
It's like less zombie, more like
It's about a fungus,
gooey.
I think.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's more gross and less like jump scares and stuff.
Oh, okay. Maybe I can do 7. We'll see.
I'm trying to think of
Not
7.
that there's
7
not any of that. I mean,
Yeah.
you're always going to get some of it, but from what I remember, I think it's more like it's like shocking kind of stuff.
The main thing in 7, I did not play a lot of 7, was going into the house for the first time and like looking around. This is when I think it was the first game I ever played in like HDR. It was the first game and just looking around the kitchen and how gross everything was, but how detailed everything was and how good it looked. So, do you both like Grace in first person then over like a third person Leon? Like that's the gameplay you like, is the first person stuff?
Yeah, so I'm actually really surprised that I'm liking Grace's gameplay more, because I thought I was like super hyped for Leon's.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh dude, Resident Evil 4 is so fun. And I do like his gameplay, but and now I'm at a section where I think he's really taking the driver's seat, so maybe that'll change.
Okay.
Because I think the first part of the game is definitely more focused on Grace. But I had a ton of fun with her, and yeah, I played it in first person. I think you have to play her in first person for sure. I just felt like I was really understanding the gameplay loop, and I was really just getting comfortable and like understanding limit testing, what I can get away with, resource management. It's really seeing the board after a while, and it was a lot of fun, especially in the act that you're talking about where you have the different areas. And I just felt like I just had this loop down so well, and it's like I'm crossing things off. Okay, I'm gonna hit this place, but I'm gonna go here first, stock up, and I just got that. I think the level design is just so good. Yep. It's just like very. I like the map layout too a lot. I think it's very clear where you're at. The UI is very clear, and it's every area is so distinct and has its own identity where you know where you're at all times. There's like landmarks, and to Jeff's point, it's very detailed, cool, and it's very detailed and cool. And I love like usually I don't like reading things in games, but in Resident Evil it's always good. Like they do a fantastic job of, because I think it's like the creepy mystery element of it.
Yeah,
you want to know what the history of this place is, and that really draws me in.
It's like you never know when you can just find something that like helps you later on too. So it's kind of like you have to do that,
right?
Yeah.
You're always examining an object and flipping it around every which way because it might have a secret compartment or something written on the back, or but yeah, no, to answer your question, I liked Grace's gameplay a lot. It was very good.
I think I agree. Well, actually, I don't think I know that I liked Grace's sections more. And the more I thought about it, because I love Resident Evil 4, but I don't think that this Resident Evil 9 does Leon justice in giving him like the atmosphere.
He's
giving
like the action hero.
Like you don't get, like Leon in the hospital, I think is a different game too. Like when you're playing Leon, it's like I don't know. It isn't either it's the characters or it's not as scary or you just feel too strong. It almost feels like there's a little bit of a misbalance with the Leon sections. I found Grace's gameplay to just be so much more engaging. The resource management. Leon was more like, well, I have ammo in this gun, so I'm going to use this gun, and it's going to work no matter what. Where Grace is like, I really have to think about everything that I have. She's very weak. And I echo John where it's like, I love Resident Evil 4, and I still think I like Resident Evil 4 more than Resident Evil 9, but the Leon sections did not hit for me in this game the way that I wanted them to. And I think that it just gets exacerbated the longer you play. The more you get through the story, you're like, oh, I kind of want to go back to Grace. Like, I kind of want to keep playing her. Or I just maybe kind of wished, I can't believe I'm saying this, I kind of just wish I had the hospital section as Grace and then maybe like a follow-up section with her and never playing as Leon. Like, I'm actually at that point where keep a lot of the settings, but, you know, keep Leon as that small, short companion piece where it's like you might just play a little bit of him, do a little bit of this section. I think we just get way too much Leon in this game for what it is.
So that kind of goes back to when you're like, okay, what game do I want to play? 7 would be a little bit more like Grace, but then
7 and 8 are both like that, I thought. Yeah.
But 2, which is one I played that I actually like more than 4 personally, which I know
because that's
controversial.
More slow.
It's slower. It's like
resource management.
Still Leon, like still resource. It's everything that you're doing with Grace in this one, or it feels very similar with like you're in one big building, the police thing, and like you have someone stalking you. Like, to me,
it's also not first person. Does that?
It's third person.
Right.
Yeah.
Does that make a big difference for you though?
So I thought so, but like I actually was like, oh, I'm just playing this game in third person, but then actually switched back to first person with Grace because I'm like, this is what it's meant to be. So I kept it there. I don't care so much first person or third. I just think that the 2 had I love the setting. I mean, granted, the beginning, like the first half of the game. So the second half, you can argue that maybe like 4, but even 4, I don't think 4 ended super well. I think 4's thing was kind of like the beginning
fan of like the castle stuff. And
I
don't know.
But so it's like, it's tough because it sounds like you like both, but if you want like Leon, but like a weaker Leon or someone that actually like has to do something, I think 2 would be pretty good.
2 is like, that is where Resident Evil really blew up. So
I think 2 might be my favorite Resident Evil.
I think a lot of people would say that.
I just feel like this Leon was, the fear element was complete. I never once felt an ounce of fear as Leon because I was just packing so much firepower.
But I wonder if that like, is that not intense? Like, so whenever, and granted, I'm super early, but whenever I got Leon, it was like you were scared for like a second, and then you're like, oh, whenever he like kicks someone down and just starts like using one hand to like shoot a million zombies, you're like, oh, it's this type of thing. Or when he's quipping and like kicking a chainsaw into someone's face or something, or picking up the chainsaw and doing like whatever. It's like, oh, okay. So in my mind, it was like, this is a cool down. Like you're freaking out, you're super scared, your blood pressure's up from Grace, and now this is
that's how I took it too.
Screw all of you guys. Like
it's a reprieve.
Like you're releasing that pressure a little bit before going back in.
That's why I took it. And I think the pacing in the first part of the game is very good because the Leon sections are pretty short. So I thought they actually did that balance very well where it's like, okay, this is a little break, a little reprieve from the scariness.
Yeah.
Let's just get some of the frustration out on these zombies. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, I was like ready to go back to
Dude, when you're getting chased in that game, like I've had dreams where it's like, you know, the boogeyman's chasing you or whatever, like the monster is, and you're just like running, but you can't ever really see it, but you know it's like super close and it's that dread. This game does that in such a good way. Like whenever I was hiding from that first person, like the first like monster that's like stalking you and stuff, and I'm hiding under the table, and then I'm hearing it like bang, and I'm like, okay, but then it like bangs down a new door or something, and it was just like, what the, like I was freaking, like it was just so well done. But
the problem is Grace runs so slow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For an FBI
It's not-
agent,
that's
dude,
not a run.
I don't
That
know
is not a
how
run.
she passed
She's the
test.
worst FBI agent by
of
far.
all time.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing? Also, why are we sending one FBI agent to the crime scene? Where's
in
her
a
partner? I
known-
thought FBI agents have partners.
in a known traumatic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, your
Hey,
whole
I
life got fucked
I
up
really
here,
need
right?
you to go here. I'm not going to make you, but like you really have to go.
You're fired. If you don't.
Yeah.
Oh my
God, I would have been to HR immediately. Like, hey,
My boss wants
kind
me
of
to
a dick. Yeah.
relive the worst day of my life.
Yeah, I adore it. I agree. If the game would have kept to the small reprieve of Leon, like the cool off, and
So
we're
there's
back
like a
into-
longer Leon section.
That's where I'm.
Okay.
There's just
In the
I
midst.
just think there's too much Leon.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's.
yeah.
I mean, that's a fair.
People love Leon though.
I love Leon too.
they
I
wanted.
love his little quips, his little like one-liners
He's the
that are so
cheesiest.
cheesy. He's a very attractive guy.
So I guess in the trailer he did go back to the police department. Is that like a big thing?
yeah, that's not a spoiler. It's in the trailer. That's a big part of the game. But I just don't think that they served that piece well enough. In my opinion, it doesn't compare to the hospital. And the hospital, for me, is like the biggest part of this game, the most impressive part of this game, the most engaging part of this game.
Super interesting.
But I will say I'm not a Resident Evil lore guy, so the more you play the game, it does feel like there are these huge like lore drops, these huge story elements that I think a lot of Resident Evil fans are probably reacting very positively to as the story progresses. And they're like, oh, these are like oh shit moments, and I could feel it. I knew when it was supposed to be an oh shit moment. And I'm even like looking over at my chat. They're like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, who's that? Yeah, who's that? So like, maybe that'll hit differently for the Resi heads, but man, I don't know. I'm at the point where I don't know where this stacks up with Cairn, because right now I'm kind of like going back and forth with Cairn of like which game gave me the experience right now. Not that it's a little too early to talk game of the year, but like I am, throwing it in order,
stuff,
getting stuff aligned as new games come out. And right now, Resident Evil 9 and Cairn are definitely going head to head, and I don't know. We're have to let this one settle a little bit.
That studio, I mean, like, so you go 1 through 4, all solid. 5 is like, you guys are going off the track. 6
Like
is like,
Capcom?
what were you doing? Yeah.
Oh.
But like specifically the developers.
That's. I was like,
Well, no, like the developers of Resident Evil. Capcom's a publisher, but isn't who's the? I'm sure they have a team that's dedicated to that.
I don't know. I thought it was internally developed by Capcom.
yeah, I thought it was developed.
Oh,
by
maybe
Capcom.
it is. I just assumed they had like
actually, that's a public.
well, no, but like Capcom published it,
I
right?
know,
But
I
like
know.
I
I'm
assumed. You're right. Okay, and then
ripping you for your pleasure.
And then it's 7, 8, 9, all bangers. Like it's
Yes.
like they're,
No, I think we were talking about this with like the series. A series like this is so rare to be just long enough at that level where yes, they did have some missteps, but to be able to recover from that.
To
With,
be
I think
that
it was
good.
7 that really.
yeah.
Because 6 was what, the boulder punching?
I didn't even play 6.
I think 6 was.
Was that the boulder punching?
No, I think that was Africa.
That was 6.
Oh, which one did you say?
Resident Evil 6.
5 was Africa.
5 was
Oh,
Africa.
5 was Africa. Maybe
What
5
what
was the boulder punching.
6?
6 was Leon and Chris and Claire, and there's like 4 different stories in one. I
There's
think
a lot.
Yeah.
If you
I
look
think
at
6 was
if you
boulder
look
punching.
at the logo, it's 6.
Look up boulder punching.
There's a giraffe that's getting
Gotcha.
some oral pleasure.
Oh
Just
yeah,
the
that's
logo.
right. The
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. I couldn't unsee that once you
Once that
look at
bell's
it.
rung,
Yeah.
can't undo it.
Resident Evil 5 is the boulder punch.
Okay, so
Yeah.
5. So 5 is the lowest point of the series.
I think 6 is.
Yeah, 6 did not do well either. But anyways, 7 they recovered.
Yeah.
It's a long-standing series at a very high level, which is so rare. Usually, it falls off, or
Especially when like you're really looking at it, it's kind of a stupid story. Like
Of course,
it's like it's
yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
like
dude.
the lore isn't really that great, but somehow it's just like the
it has a charm.
I think
like
it has
the
that
small
campiness.
bit.
It
Yeah.
has
That
a little
charm.
bit of campiness.
yeah.
Well, you need that with a super scary and horror like atmosphere, you need that lighthearted element to it, or else it's just too much.
I think of like the clothes that some of the characters are wearing, and the voices, and they're just, or like the little hats, like they're just very like anime almost JoJo to some extent, especially Resident Evil 8 Village with all the different villains that are even arguing amongst themselves. But I mean, when we're looking at Capcom, we're looking at Resident Evil series, we're looking at the beloved by everyone Monster Hunter series, like just, I mean, pinnacle multiplayer there. We got Street Fighter, Devil May Cry, Mega Man, and I think next month we get Pragmata, which I'm very excited to play Pragmata. So Capcom is going to have a killer year.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, because I mean,
crazy,
Monster Hunter Stories 3 is
that's doing very well. Yeah.
Is it a Mighty Guy?
It's a Mighty Guy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's like an 86.
It's one of the highest ones up there.
Something like that. Well, there's only a handful right now.
Yeah,
which I love this part of the year where it's like I could theoretically play all the Mighty Guy games.
Yeah,
and then you get to like September and you're like, okay,
I mean, the highest rated one's Pacopia.
Yeah, by 1 point.
Yeah,
Resi's in second, and Esoteric Ebb, which is on my list.
Yep,
is up there.
You're welcome.
Big time.
Well, you would have found that regardless.
I would have 100% found that. Yeah. But you did shout it out first, so you do get props.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So last thing about Resident Evil, I wish that they could take that, like if which would never happen, but if 2K could give BioShock to Capcom and use the RE engine and do like a bio, but like
that
really,
would look fantastic.
Yeah, but like a more grounded, really creepy. That universe. I'm not saying like BioShock gameplay. I'm talking like Resident Evil gameplay and stuff, but in the BioShock setting, I think it would look amazing.
I don't think they could pull off the writing that is required for BioShock.
Maybe not, but
it's just very different.
Yeah, sure. I'm just saying, like, visually, like I want that style, like the level of detail and everything, and like the really
yeah. Playing BioShock 1 for the first time, dude. When you go to Rapture,
I would love a remake.
There's just it's so eerie, creepy in that. What would you even call that? Like it's like a Roaring Twenties vibe.
Yeah, dystopian,
yeah. But what
crying 20s?
Yeah, crying 20s.
I don't know what that propaganda.
Yeah, like all history. Like
I don't know what era it would be.
There's.
I mean, it's art.
Term for it. I'm searching
Art
for
Deco is that what it is? Is the art style and everything? Yeah.
Yeah. Is that like based off of that time period, or because when I think propaganda, I think like Cold War. But I don't think it's that late.
It was the 20s.
I think it was like flappers and. But anyways,
I feel like I should know this, but I don't.
Yeah. It's very cool, aesthetic.
I don't know why I keep looking at you like, you know the 1920s, right?
Art history minor. I don't remember any of it.
Yeah. It's Art Deco, right? Like that's the
Art Deco.
Yeah,
it's very cool, creepy.
Yeah,
you have a wrench. Anyways. Yeah. All right. Resident Evil's good. Very good.
What's the next team?
I think we're going to talk about what we were originally here to talk about in the fourth quarter. The assignment we both had since Jeff won the bet. And this particular bet was for the nominations of Game of the Year last year. And Jeff won against me because I did not believe in my boy Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
How do you not pick it?
I could have, if I would have, I could have just copied you though. So I had to differentiate. I went for the home run.
Okay. All right.
Like we would have tied, but I was just making it. I was taking a shot. Anyways, so we lost. I lost, and thus we lost as a collective. So we had to play a game. He assigned us. He signed me Wukong, Black Myth Wukong. He signed Tyler 9 Souls, which was Jeff's Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we finished them. And we had a grading criteria, which I didn't even know that was going to be a thing. But then we get these like templates or
I think that was
graphics.
My fault, right? Because I added that's fair.
Tyler
we were in Discord one night. I swear you just egged me onto it. Like, well, what if I only do the hours? We should be graded on how well we do with the game. It's something like that.
That was Tyler's fault. Anyways, next thing I know, we have graphics. Very cool looking graphics that have like a C through S plus rank, different criteria. And so here we are.
Yeah. Tell me, what do you guys think? How do you feel? I know for you, John, a weight might have lifted.
Yeah.
But Tyler, you got through very fast.
Yeah.
So which one of you wants to tell me thank you first? Like, how's this go?
So I wrote my January article because I'm doing a monthly roundup, and I said that like that between that and Tales of or Trails in the Sky, like
You're welcome.
both, yeah, but both of you, like it really pulled me out of that funk where it's like I was kind of I needed a challenge, right? Like I needed that kind of gameplay, like in a way, kind of like almost like old school, like no, you're not getting help, like man up, figure it out, like that kind of thing. And it took the decision out of it where I'm like, well, I have to play this game. I don't have anything else, right? And it brought me back to this more pure, like almost like childlike area where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna beat my head against this thing until I get it. Like I
like
loved
your
it.
mom bought you this game.
Really,
You don't have
it's
another
like
option.
I don't. Yeah, this is it.
She
And
brought you Soul Fighters
Yep.
instead of Soul Calibur.
and and it was great. It was is exactly what I needed. I think I said it was like you prescribed me like the perfect medicine or something like that. And so thank you for that. And that was a very me game. Like I'm not a big Metroidvania guy generally speaking, but this game loved the art style, the world, like the lore of it was really, really cool. And I liked the idea of like, okay, like it would tell you exactly how many things are in every area and I could just go and like collect them and everything. So whenever you were saying like, oh, make sure to look at a guide so you're not like missing anything, I'm like, dude, I think I was missing one thing that I was going to go back and get regardless, but like that's how much I enjoyed just combing through the different areas and knocking things out. And it was very like respectful of my time. And even the boss at the end, where that took me like a sixth of like my total playtime was the boss. It was still like worth it. It was really like it felt really good every time. And every time that I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can beat this. It's like eventually you overcome it, and it was awesome. I don't know, like I beat it in what? It was like a month. I beat it in January, so it was like okay, like this is what I have to do. Knocked it out.
Nine Souls, it's so funny that you say like it was the medicine, because the year that I gave it Game of the Year, which I think was 2024, I think.
Yeah.
That was exactly what it was for me too. Was like even the story was like really hitting with me, where it's this story about survival through technology versus taking care of your spiritual self, which sounds kind of lame, but it was kind of like there's more to life than ultimate preservation. There's more to life than just advancing technology, and like there is something to just living life and being present. Like that spoke to me so much whenever I played it. On top of this is labeled as a Castlevania, but it's almost Castlevania light, where you never really feel lost. You kind of always know where you're going. The map is very friendly. Because that's the part that I don't like about Castlevania is like I think John and I are both struggling with Silk Song, where we're hitting like every wall. Like where do I go? Where do I go?
Yeah.
I'm playing Silk Song right now. I don't know where to go. There's an icon on the map, but there's no like here's the entrance. I can't
sometimes you have to like go to a completely different area and it wraps around, or you drop from a hole. It's
This is not that. This is like here's the quadrants. Go explore them. Complete. Okay, here's the next quadrant, which was really helpful to me. And I love most of the boss fights have these like really cool, almost Street Fighter 2-esque moving animated backgrounds that were a joy to see. The art really hit for me, and the gameplay was just spot on. So I'm really glad that it hit for you, because that was
I really enjoy the parrying, which I thought that was going to be like my biggest downfall, is because I didn't think I would like that, but it like the gameplay clicked, and I was like, okay, like I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask Jeff, when he talked about it in his Game of the Year and just now, really resonated with the story and everything. Did you feel a similar way? Did you think it was good narrative? Or
I thought it was good narrative. It's not what I thought it was going to be, which was good. Like it kept you guessing. I think overall, everyone had a pretty, like, I guess what do you want to call it, like a predictable, like character development. Like everyone like ended where I expected them to end, right? Like the gruff guy came around on this, or the guy that hated this guy suddenly turned into like they're like best
archetypes.
friends. Yeah. And even with like, because I my S plus was like getting like the true ending or the good ending or whatever, which was like, yeah, this is a good wrap up. So I liked the story. I think it did everything that like tied everything up with a nice bow, which in some ways you could argue is like, I guess for a true ending or a plus ending, then you're getting kind of what you want. But like in some ways, I almost felt like it needed something that something to make you think afterwards. It didn't give me that. So it didn't give me like a BioShock Infinite, like, you know, I'm up at 3 a.m.
Like one of the best endings of all time. Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, like, okay, it's something like literally anything. Like, well, I'm just gonna start naming like great endings.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's very easy to do.
It's not something that's gonna like keep me up and thinking about it, or you know, to Jeff's point, like getting into like technology versus your spiritual self and things like that. I think it talked about it really well and brought up some good like points, but is it going to make me be a philosopher in that thought? Like,
it's not going to make you throw away your 800 handhelds. No. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Awesome.
But that was another game where I would like read everything and actually cared about like what happened to the different
That's
things.
when I can tell I'm really invested in the world, like obviously, is when I am reading in the game, going through, because a lot of games do that, of course. When I give a fuck about like what the papers on the ground are saying, that's when I know like, oh, they got me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm hooked.
And I think my head philosophy of like, why am I assigning these two games to each of you? Like yours for Nine Souls was like, hey, like meet me halfway, like, and yours is kind of too John, but for Tyler, it was like your original assignment was Death Stranding, but that was kind of like tainted. So this one was kind of like, meet me halfway on some of this like parry mechanics. Meet me halfway on some of these like games that require a little bit more precision rather than, you know, comboing. And I'm glad that hit for you and felt so good, because that's kind of like was my main worry, because this game has, I don't remember, maybe 3 different parries and 2 dodges that you kind of have to intertwine. But I felt like the gameplay loop just felt so, like maybe after the first boss or second boss, it felt very fluid. You knew kind of what to do at each step.
Yeah. Like I think that, like, if you're talking like, I don't want to call it like a Souls-like per se, but like if you're talking about like some like hard combat, I prefer that. And like Sekiro's like that with parrying and stuff. Yeah. So that's on sale right now. The Steam. Oh, by the way, Steam sale, spring Steam sale is going on right now.
Yeah.
That did pop up in my email. Where I'm like, I might try.
Sekiro is so good.
People say that's the best gameplay out of all the Souls.
So I enjoyed Sekiro a lot, but this is like old Tyler, who the moment I die, I'm just like, screw this game. I'll go play something else.
Yeah.
So I
That's
think
old Tyler.
Yeah. Well, truly, like now it's like, okay,
Reborn.
dude, if I bought a several $1 million ship in Eve and then got blown up like 15 minutes after, I would have uninstalled that game immediately. But it forces you to learn and adapt. So it's like, it's the same thing with this, the same thing with RPGs, where I'm looking up RPGs of like, okay, I want this, like, it's a shift.
Now, Sekiro is kind of like a black sheep of the FromSoft games. So most From Software games, I guess if you exclude, but kind of include Elden Ring, are very static. You're on the ground, you're dodging, parrying on the ground, doing these this meticulous combat where you have to memorize the attack patterns and react accordingly. Sekiro is a little bit different, where it's very level based, and you're almost like Batman because you're swinging from rooftop to rooftop. You have like this crazy grappling arm hook thing that can be a flamethrower if you want it to be. It can be like all these different abilities, but it's really just you in the game and the level. And mastering the level traversal is just as impactful to mastering like the boss mechanics. And I think that's why people love Sekiro so much, is because it kind of transforms it from this like static waiting for the enemies to pop out at you, dodge, and then hit them while they're like recovering. That's not Sekiro at all. Sekiro is like you have all these ninja tools. You can go full throttle at some of these enemies. You can like master the level navigation and get right to the boss. And there's a trophy, I think, for Sekiro where it's like beat the game in 5 hours. And getting that achievement is so fun because you'll play through the game. It might take you 20, 25 hours and you beat the game. But then you're like, as soon as you go back to the game, you're like, oh, this is now I understand the world. Now I understand the level. Now I understand all my gadgets, how to parry. So it's almost like this like meta puzzle of you beat the game, but then you understand what the puzzle is. You go back and you're like, oh, I know all the answers here. I can just go do, and you just like really feel like a true ninja or samurai. I don't know what they
just call it. Kind of like Hollow Knight in a way, right?
Yeah,
or Silksong.
Right, you go through the levels. It's intimidating.
The achievement just like that, like beat it in 4 hours or something.
You reload,
and I'm like, how in the world do you beat this game in 4 hours? Yeah, that's crazy.
But Sekiro is, oh man, it's like S tier. It's so good.
Now, where does Kaizen fall in that? Like, if we're talking like combat and stuff.
So
because it's like, let me play it this way. It's between those two right now. Like for my hard game, it'd be between.
I think you would enjoy Sekiro more just because it has more to offer, not only in story, but like level design, atmosphere, characters.
Okay.
Kazan is strict. I hate saying about Kazan because I love the game. I absolutely loved it. Kazan is strictly like you're playing it for the boss encounters and the super duper fast paced combat comboing. That's all it's really going to offer you. It doesn't. The levels are really bleak and kind of lame and very generic.
Yeah.
Sekiro just has basically everything going for it, and you can play it in many different ways, but I think you would enjoy Sekiro more, whereas I think for Kazan it's like, oh, I'm seeing the same crate and chair and house. Like you start seeing the assets over and over again. You're like, wow, this feels kind of bad. But if you like, I do think Kazan is up there. Like, I think Kazan combat beats a lot of From Software combat. I think it's like Kazan combat.
Well, that's the thing that
Liza
stood
P
out
combat,
for me. Like, I'm playing it because I'm like, this is like
combat.
super fun.
Yeah, it is. It is insane. That game is very special. If you're a gameplay person, go play First Berserker Kazan.
Or Wukong.
Or Wukong.
Yeah, Wukong's got some gameplay. Okay, so this task assignment pulled Tyler out of his funk.
Uh-oh.
And it plunged me deep into the despair pits of hell where I like was not. So I am on Resident Evil 9, which is the first 2026 game I'm playing this year, because Wukong for the first quarter took up all my time. Not because it was only like 55 hours too. So it was just like, I just had to get over the mental hurdle of booting the game up.
But think of all the games that you have to play now. Like such great bangers.
So Black Myth Wukong. And I do agree with Tyler. I think Jeff's picks for each of us, because he had an agenda, right? There's a specific aspect to these games to the games that he loves, right? Where it's high difficulty, high skill ceiling, skill expression, things like that. But single player, obviously. And what's a good entry point for each of us? I think he picked it really well, at least for me, because Wukong is a very build heavy. You can kind of, I don't want to say cheese, but it kind of like you get very powerful, and it's not just straight mechanics. You can tailor your build to counter bosses or just overpower them, or kind of go crazy, which is true to form for the lore of it, I would say, because Sun Wukong's super strong. The game's beautiful. It looks incredible. Although it runs like dog water. But DLSS 4.5 came out and actually fixed a lot of that. So it looked a lot better, a lot smoother for like the frame generation and stuff. And then the art in the game is beautiful too. It's Chinese inspired, obviously. I mean inspired, but it's like literally Chinese. Like the tapestries that you get after the chapters are beautiful. The little cutscenes that you get after each chapter is so much fun. I always looked forward to those a lot.
Because it meant the end of the chapter.
No, they were just really cool, and they each had like a little message, and they were very wild too. Like some of them are gruesome or shocking, or so they were very memorable. And then the environments too. So I think the most beautiful aspect of this game visually from a fidelity standpoint was the background, actually. I mean, everything in the foreground looked great too, but the scale of everything, huge mountain peaks, vast deserts, giant, like literal giants walking around. It just looked so believable, I guess. Where I don't know if a game has done it better than that. It just looked really good, because typically a game will have like a skybox in the back and you can tell it's a static skybox. This, it's like, you can't tell. It's like, I bet I could go over there. It almost looks like you could go out and scale that mountain. Yep. And it's part of the level design, but it's not. It's in the background. So it's very cool. Okay, so the gameplay itself, the gameplay is fun. There's a lot of different builds that you can do. So I think I was starting to go down the path. I started with the sitting on my perch, my little stick.
Yep.
That was not working very well for me. So I then kind of went what Jeff did with the heavy attack build. But I started running into trouble maybe like chapter 2-ish. Where,
it wasn't working for you.
Dude, I just was getting stuck on these bosses, man. Yeah. And I was like, and what was the daunting part for me is that I'm only on chapter 2.
Yeah, scary.
And I'm like, I'm never going to beat this game.
I was worried too.
Yeah, I'm on chapter 2. Like, bosses that Jeff's like first trying, I'm just getting crushed. So, and I'm not used to this. I'm the easy mode guy. You know what I mean? The only time I'm used to this is like League, where that's really hard.
That's your try hard.
That's my try hard. But the thing with League is it's a competition. So that's what drives me for that. This is just like, no, a computer's beating the shit out of you. And like, why am I doing this? This is horrible. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, I have to do this. I can't play anything else because my brain won't let me play anything else, right? Like, if I have something on the docket, I got to play that game. Unless it's like a multiplayer game or something, then I can go play like Battlefield or League.
Yeah.
But I had to play this. I had to scale this mountain, right? To bring up a Karen reference. And I just kept beating my head against the wall. And there were some rough moments, man. There were some really rough moments. Chapter 4.
Yeah.
The spider chapter.
That was a bad one.
That was the worst.
You got real quiet. You were having a bad week on top of that.
Yeah, it was a compounding effect.
And you just, what's that called? Irish Goodbye Discord? Is it called an Irish Goodbye?
It's Irish Goodbye, yeah.
Yeah, you just dipped.
What you do all the time.
No, I never do that. I just stay in Discord.
You do it in real life.
And I go to,
yeah. Which is way worse.
When have I done that? In real life?
My birthday.
Birthday, yes.
The time we went to the bar.
What time?
After D&D?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did do that. Yeah.
There's other times too.
Usually it involves if the bathroom is next to an exit and I'm like, oh, I guess it's time to leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Sure.
So I was beating my head against the wall. There were some low moments. But I will say, every time, there's a couple things that happen. One, it's incredible what you learn. Like when you just have to reshape your thought process, right? And this is something I've heard you talk about before, Jeff, where, okay, I'm going to go into this and I'm going to learn one move that he does. I'm going to like really understand one move that he's doing, or I'm going to get better at dodging this one section, or I'm going to get better at understanding when it's my turn to attack. Like, you just focus on one thing. And yeah, I died, but I learned something.
Yeah.
And I found myself doing that. I was like, okay, how would Jeff approach this? It's like, okay, I'm going to focus on this one aspect of it. And it's like, okay, I'm better at that. And then I got whooped after that, but now we're making progress. And it's amazing how that stacks and builds on itself. Where, yeah, so chapter 4 was the hardest boss for me, I think. But I had that guy down cold by the end of it, where like I could never even barely get past the first phase.
Yep.
The first phase was nothing. And then it was all about the second phase, which was bullshit. And then, well, I still don't know how I beat the second phase. It was like the most miraculous thing of all time because I was supposed to get the needle and I did not. Apparently the needle makes him really easy.
Yup.
So the fact that I beat him without the needle is actually super impressive.
So you beat him without the needle, and you also beat the yellow sage without the
without
wind.
the fucking wind.
Fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I used I started using my items towards the end.
You love the
wind
fan.
Yeah.
Well, the fan's incredible, but the one talisman negates wind.
Yeah.
And that's what I needed against this guy. And I had it during that fight and I never used it.
That's exactly what happened to me.
Yeah.
And that's why I gave you that quip-it, that
Yes.
snippet, because when I learned you can dispel the tornado, I was like, what? What do you mean you can dispel? Because I had this similar experience
Yes.
with the yellow sage. And I'm like getting my butt kicked. I'm like, this is actually very hard.
Yeah.
So it blew my mind that you could use some of these tools to really alter the boss fight. And I also did not use it on the Scorpion because I don't think I had it or I didn't know what item I needed to use.
Right.
But it didn't like dawn on me until some of those chapter 5 open world bosses where like the tools are obvious. I'm like, oh my God, I could just
I used it on the deer. I used the anti-tornado and then like you said, there's some very obvious things where you kind of have to do it or else it gets like super, super hard. So anyways, I fought my way all the way, and I would say the middle part, chapter 4 was the hardest. That was my lowest point. But I think after that, I was really building confidence and I was having a lot more fun. And after that point, I think I beat the game in the next like 2 weeks or so.
It was very fast.
I was snowballing, dude. I was feeling it. Like the hand guy you had trouble with.
I struggled with the hand
I beat
guy.
him in like 4 tries.
That was probably the boss I died to the most in the entire game was that hand.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's cool that like something, like it's
That's what was interesting. I was actually watching like tier list bosses, right? And everyone has Erlong at 1 and the final boss at 2. And I was like, dude, no way. Like, I think the final boss is way harder than Erlong, which is the secret super boss.
Yeah. And
He was kind of cake.
I know. I was
kinda
watching. I was
cake.
like, we got to a point where Tyler, I think you were at D&D, but I was watching John do his boss.
I was upset. I mean, I was great that you beat him, but I was like, I was expecting you to have plenty of
The
time.
pinnacle
come
for me
home,
was the last boss in the game. It was the coolest boss fight.
is sick.
The aesthetic of it was awesome. The background was so good. The meaning behind it, like everything about that. That is an incredibly memorable boss fight that I will always remember.
him walking up, taking your drink. Was the coolest thing ever.
I've never seen something like that in a video game. When it happened to me, I was like,
Yeah.
what's he doing? No.
I was like, Tyler.
I was dying, dude. I just like.
Yeah. So anyways, I think I got to my lowest point and there was this rebirth. There was this enlightenment that I underwent.
Phoenix down.
And I just crushed the rest of the game and I felt so good about it. So it was a journey to the West. I'll tell you that, dude. It was crazy. It was a roller coaster. It was hard. I think it was worth it. But man, did the medicine taste really bad at some points.
No, I'm glad you overall enjoyed it. I could tell that the medicine was, a little bitter.
You gotta flail sometimes, man.
But I mean, my inspiration for giving you this game was a lot of like that Eastern lore. It was, I guess I know your parents were in Japan for a long time, and you have a lot of Japanese influences, a little bit northern, with Buddhist, Chinese mythology that I was excited to learn about because I didn't know a lot about it. We get like the anime references of like, okay, this Son Goku is the same Goku that's Dragon Ball Z Goku is built off of. So that's like really interesting that somehow we're getting Black Myth Wukong, we get Dragon Ball Z, we get Wukong from League of Legends. There's a lot of Wukong imagery that deviates from Journey to the West, that I thought this was a pretty cool, this is probably the only explanation that I ever got for the OG Wukong. And especially like the cutscenes. You mentioned the cutscenes earlier. I harken back to like a PlayStation 1 era JRPG where you knew you were getting a CG cutscene at the end of a disc. And it was so exciting, like knowing you're getting to the end of the disc, so you're gonna get this cool cutscene. And that's what I felt every time with Black Myth Wukong. When you finish a chapter, you would get these like super artsy, sometimes like stop motion, sometimes anime, sometimes Studio Ghibli style cutscenes that were sometimes vague, sometimes more upfront, and it was very exciting finishing a chapter and getting that cutscene. So, and you got through some of the combat challenges. So that I'm glad.
Tyler and I both S+'d it.
You both got S+ grades,
which the S+ was in jeopardy for me for a long time.
We thought we were kind of egging you. We're like, it's okay.
Just get the A.
No one's gonna mention getting the C. No one's gonna mention getting the B.
Well, you wanted me to get the A at least.
Well, I did because I thought the A was,
which is beat the game.
I thought that A was so doable for you, and I didn't know, which is what you mentioned on the podcast. It's wild that Jeff is assigning me an S, but he hasn't done it himself, because it could have been like exponentially more difficult than Tyler's.
It could have been insane. Yeah,
it was actually like.
And the internet was saying how hard it was. And
I still don't know.
I mean, how many tries did it take me? Like
5, maybe?
If that? Yeah.
It took me 5 hours to be by.
Yeah. So I rescind my complaint about the S+. I'm very happy being in that club.
Well, Tyler, it was really strange because I was watching John do it, and we won't spoil what happens in the fight, but the fight kind of progresses to a part where it's kind of like more story and visuals, where you're kind of like, okay, we were both kind of like, okay, like
it was literally Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, we're like, what do you think he's gonna do next? Like, what's the next phase gonna be? Do we think we have to go through this each time we beat phase 1? Like, we didn't think it was over, and then it was over, and we're like, huh?
Yeah, it was very anticlimactic. The fight is really cool. Yeah. So when I say it's Final Fantasy 16, I mean that in a positive way, in terms of the scale and action were very sick. Like, I was doing these moves and we're like, it was like watching WWE or something.
But the actual threat level was exaggerated.
In the context of, this is the greatest challenge. No. So if nobody told me, this is the super boss, whatever, I would think it was a very cool boss. The problem is from the context of this should be the hardest thing of the game or whatever. This is your S+. It was like a letdown, but
I think that was part of my reason for assigning you the game as well. Of like, you're talking about how memorable the final boss is, the challenge you had to overcome, some of the animations. It's like, and the way I knew that you lovingly talk about Final Fantasy 16 of like the bombastic. The scenes, the environment, what it looks like. I felt like Wukong did a pretty good job of mashing a little bit of difficulty into, and sometimes a lot of difficulty into, those really crazy boss arena fights that are spectacles to see. So that was kind of like my mindset for assigning you Black Myth. But, if I win again, which I don't think I will.
Did we agree on the swapping it?
We are swapping it.
We're swapping.
Okay, so
it's gonna be
it is for the actual awards. Yeah. Whoever wins that gets to assign games.
Yeah.
And then whoever wins the nominations
can do the essay.
Gets the essay.
Yeah.
If I win again, I told you both that I'm not going to take it easy on you. I'm going to be brutal.
You might destroy my mental.
The year is... It's early in the year.
Yeah,
I don't know how I'm going to feel in December. Maybe I'll feel a little bit more, in the
you
Christmas
better hope
spirit.
you win, pal.
But, but
oh, man.
I'm glad that you both enjoyed your assignments. I try to give you guys, that halfway point between what I like and what you like.
And we have to decide if we want to do the same game, you said?
Yeah, that's up to you guys, but then you guys kind of came back and you said it's up to the winner. But
I think it should be up to the winner.
I agree.
So if you like the idea of assigning the same game and you win...
Well, this was back when you were telling me that my S+ was...
Yeah,
I rescinded that. I do want that on the record, but that is retracted.
I just wanted the respect, that's all.
You got the respect, man. Or I'm just that much of a better gamer.
Or you are that much better.
You have the respect. We'll go respect route.
You don't have to obviously say anything. Do you have a game already in mind?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I have I have the like fuck you game.
Yeah.
I do have that game. Yeah.
God.
Okay.
It's not a FromSoft game.
No.
Dang.
Interesting.
From
Is it the same for both of us?
And this is something.
Yeah, if you both
if you
want
go-
the fuck you like worse.
No, I don't.
I do know what game it is, but it's not a FromSoft because most of their games are either cheesable or at this point I think you guys have reached a little bit of a level of enlightenment where it'd be too easy.
Enlightenment. Do you have the games?
For you guys, no.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
The problem with me is you guys have played everything. I don't know what I would assign.
You'll figure it out.
For Tyler, it's easy. He has access to every game of all time, so I can really go digging to my childhood for him. For you, though, it's a little bit more difficult.
Battletoads for the longest time.
Yeah.
Well, John, you and I have some assignments due
Yeah.
in the coming week.
Yep.
Week.
I started my essay, and it is
How's it
really
going?
difficult.
What's your essay? And I'll tell you mine again.
Stories in video games don't matter. I wonder, why did we go hatred mode on each other
Because
again?
you told me how you were gonna make me say why like Charmander's the best Pokemon, or
That's
like
easy, though. That's just like a friendly, like, haha, I made you say
Yeah.
Charmander's
Answer.
best.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, destroy everything you love about video games.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, mine is why video games are not art.
That's a crazy one. At least, like, mine, I can kind of go from the angle of gameplay is more important.
Yeah.
And what I'm going into is kind of the origin of video games, where it's like, hey, this got created not because of a narrative element, but because of the mechanics, and that's what separates itself from a book and a movie. So I have an angle here. You're screwed.
I think I have some good angles, actually.
I'd love to
I
hear
thought I gave both of you like a thread to pull.
yeah,
If you need.
I think so too. Did you read your?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson after the not using the fan. Apparently the hints are helpful.
I think we'll. So
Nah, it's going to be
Are
good.
we? The question is, do we publish these on the site with like a big disclaimer of like, hey, this is part of a bet? Or
I would hope.
would you guys?
Yeah, you got to have a
disclaimer.
discllaimer on there.
No, I know, but you guys feel comfortable putting it on
Yeah, I
the
don't care.
site if you want to read?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
We'll do that then.
What site is that?
Couchcompany.games, baby.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's all I got.
I feel good.
Got anything else
Yeah.
for us, Jeff? While you're here, any shout outs?
Yeah, I just have a shout out.
Yeah.
I think everyone's overreacting about this like AI light stuff,
Oh yeah.
but we don't have to talk about that. That's my
AI
take.
light stuff?
I know people want to know my thoughts, so I'm just going to say I think it's a little bit of
Oh,
overreaction.
DLSS
Yeah,
5.
a little overreaction of.
Do you
want
wanna
to
get into that?
No, we don't have to.
We
But
can get it. It's on my list.
my opinion is let it play out. Let's take a chill pill.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just the trailer that they showed.
Do you want to set it up for anyone that hasn't watched it?
Yeah, so NVIDIA had their whatever conference, and one of the things they showed off was DLSS 5, and what it is trying to accomplish is kind of restructuring the lighting in a game through AI, and it uses a little bit of generative AI as well to kind of reshape the lighting and kind of overall structure of the game. Now, it's using the same geometry,
But it's using
the same
texture,
assets.
same geometry, different textures. It's redoing the textures.
Is that right?
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So it's
It's actually
that next
it's actually
level.
a very vague. They describe it as materials. It's like
it's when the
what?
McDonald's CEO calls his burger a product instead of food. Yeah. Anyway, so they show off this trailer, and the first scene was Resident Evil 9, which is a very good looking game. And they're showing Grace in the first scene in like the streets. And it changes the lighting quite a bit. But I think what people were really focusing in on is it changes what Grace looks like fundamentally, almost. Her facial structure looks different.
She does look different. She just looks very real. She looks like a
She looks
very,
very real,
human
but
being.
It's like a cosplayer playing
Yeah.
Grace.
yeah, but it looks too good. She looks too good. She looks like an Instagram model. She looks like she has perfect lighting on her, which again is not the purpose of that scene. It's supposed to be dark, grim. She's not supposed to look like a model there. So anyways, I think that's what people, at least that's where I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't look very good. Now, what I did think looked very good was her clothing looked really good. Some of the background looked interesting, but I wasn't actually a fan of the lighting. I think in most of the scenes, it just made everything look brighter to me. And maybe I just don't have a trained eye to understand why it's better, but everything just seemed a lot brighter and more like saturated, I guess. And it just didn't, like, I didn't get it.
Good.
I think, and I think people get annoyed with my AI takes because they seem to be so back and forth, but like I can't take a stand. I feel like each individual little tool needs to be inspected on whether it's like, I don't know, should it be used by humanity, whatever. But this one, I'm like, no, I would never want to see what this does to like my Tifa or my Cloud or my Barrett or like some of my very well-known characters who have a very exaggerated character profile or are meant to look more comic booky, or like your cell shaded characters. But where I do see this, like, I think would be sick is like in sports games where you have like the stands and you have like all these little faces and you're applying like this, we'll call it a filter or whatever, this AI to make the crowd look more realistic, or the racers in your like sports, your F1 game or whatever. Like I could see the case use, but I think as long as it's used as a tool or like something you can click on and off for your game and let the players decide, and it just seems like another option, like setting. Like if somebody can mod their Monster Hunter character to have enormous breasts, it's like,
Who did that?
I don't know anyone.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't me. No, it actually wasn't me.
Yeah,
It
it
actually
seriously
wasn't
wasn't
me.
you.
Your computer
Yeah.
couldn't handle it. It's fine.
Your computer.
We believe that.
It's just like,
Plays on PS5. Dude.
Oh,
You
that's
can't
true.
mod
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
I could see a scenario where this used by like an art team would be cool. I could also see a world where it's like now we have side quests that could be written by AI, environment that can be written by AI, voice lines that can be done by AI, lighting / materials can be done by AI. It does start to get kind of compounding where it's like, okay, well, I think anyone could read a list of everything that can be done with AI when making a video game and be like, that's kind of not cool at the very least. Like, I do want them to be made by people. But I just think this is another wait and see. I think we're getting a little bit too angry too early.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, it's only like a minute 30.
Very little info.
Very little info.
Yeah, because I think the main thing I want to know is, because DLSS right now it's just, with your frame gen, with everything, like it's a toggle on off, that sort of thing, which is fine. If you put DLSS 5 on, you toggle it on, would it have predictable results every time? Like, yes, Grace is like, for lack of argument, we'll say like, okay, or for the sake of argument, we'll say like Grace, just the fidelity looks better, right? Can we agree with that?
Yeah,
Like overall, the textures, the lighting, I'm not saying the lighting does the scene justice, but the lighting reacts in a more realistic way, a better way, it bounces off, like all this other stuff. It's kind of like ray tracing.
I guess, but isn't there already path tracing in Resident Evil? So like my question is, how does it interact with the path tracing that's already there?
I assume it would override it. That's what ray tracing does. What I'm saying is, on a very, very, very basic level, putting Resident Evil aside, like they use that as an example, but everything was better rendered on a very base level, right? Whether it looked good, bad, whatever, but it was just higher quality textures, better materials, all that stuff. So my question is, when somebody's developing a game and they say, okay, we're going to put DLSS 5 on, this is what it's going to look like, how's it's going to react and everything. Does the AI, like whatever they design the game around and turn it on, they say, okay, hey, her coat looks like this. Over time, will that change, or does it have the ability to change? Is it like, is the generation different every time, or her eye is going to be a different color every time, stuff like that? I assume they would be able to craft a game with that in mind to say, okay, we know that when you turn this on, it's going to look like this, which it means they should be able to craft it in a way that keeps our artistic expression but also makes it look really dang good when they're doing it from scratch, like from the base. That's my thought. That okay, when used not on a game that's already been out, that they're just trying to like show, because like and I was telling you this on the way to D&D, like Starfield looks freaking great with that thing on. Like it looks like a completely different game because Starfield looks so bad. So like, you know, like I could see the benefit. I like, it makes me excited because then it's like, oh, I just flip this on my, and this technically isn't correct, but like flip this on my Switch or my Steam Deck, and now this game looks way better than it has any right to be.
You're looking at me for.
Yeah. So,
I don't even think you're going to be able to use it, pal.
Not right now. I'm looking in the future. Like what my whole
the technology,
the idea that people are designing. I think Greg mentioned this in our chat. Like,
because are you able to use DLSS 4?
No.
Yeah.
But my point is, it's the idea. Well, I can also play Doom. It's the idea that
maybe DLSS 5 fixes Doom. You think it fixes?
Yeah, maybe. But think about how sick Doom would look.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
My point is, if it changes the way games are developed to develop on a lower spec with the idea that they can kind of push up, like punch above their weight a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that selfishly. I'm not saying that's a good way or bad way. Like, you know, like you said, Jeff, like we have to see how that turns out. I like that idea. In a dystopian world, which we were talking about, where it turns into, oh, you want DLSS? Well, you have to subscribe monthly to get this feature or something. Oh. I could see them completely killing that. And you know, like in going down that line where it's like, oh, you want the good looking games? Well, now you have to pay for our cloud service to beam it to your Apple TV or whatever. Like, that's the thing that I'm more concerned with than like the artistic part of it.
Yeah, that's also a rough one.
I just also want to see the prompt. Like, what's the prompt?
Right.
Like, anytime something's like mentioned about AI in the creative field, or it's like, hey, I have friends that use AI a lot, and it's like, I made this. It's like, well, I fundamentally disagree with you because you guys know how I feel about that. But like, if you want to prove it to me that this is just a tool and isn't just doing the thing for you, just show me the prompt. Show me what you plugged in and show me your creative decisions. Like, that's what kind of irritates me too, is like the vagueness of they literally quoted materials in their article in the official release. It's like, can you just be transparent with me so maybe I can get on board with some of these things? Like, is the prompt, hey, this week this is the top 500 trending facial features for attractive women, and we're going to combine them and map them into this filter that's then applied for the games being made in this window. Like, I'm so naive that probably sounds outlandish, but teach me, show me why AI is a tool and not something that is just doing everything for cost-cutting reasons. That's kind of where I want to get at some point.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm going to try it out.
Yeah.
Why
I mean,
wouldn't I?
only you can. So you're going to have to give us
give you a review.
Yeah, review on it.
Problem is, I just don't know the details about any of this stuff. It's so complicated.
Yeah.
I was like watching a video on each iteration of DLSS and what it does, like the transformer models and the frame generation. I just don't understand any of it.
But that's the thing, is like DLSS literally was a game changer.
Yeah, I could run Wukong. Wukong would have been borderline unplayable without DLSS.
Right.
For my rig.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Like, I was getting under 30 frames.
I really thought when I saw it, I was like, there's no way it still performs badly. And sure enough, it did. It's like crazy.
That was during the peak time when like every PC port was just trash.
So bad.
But
anyways,
it also lets me play games.
Yes.
Kind of on the same. Yeah, I'm not like yours, obviously smokes mine, but like on the same level, I'm getting the same overall experience.
I wasted my money. I know. So it's like, but anyways, so you go from that like sub 30 to with frame generation, which I actually am pro frame generation. People hate on it.
Yeah.
I think most people who are hating on it do not have the eye to tell the frame generation.
Yep.
Like some of it's bad. Some you do get the artifact and you get the ghosting sometimes, which even I notice, but it's pretty good a large percent of the time. And I was getting like 140 frames. So you go from sub 30 to over 140.
Yep.
That's insane. It's crazy.
Like if you want a 4K native 240 frame game, then you're going back to CS:GO. Like that's literally it's like you want to know what a game looks like for in that. That's your game.
Yes.
So if you're happy with every game looking at that fidelity, fine. Otherwise, you got to figure out some ways to cheat.
Yeah.
Like
it's true.
CS:GO.
All right. Well, that's where we'll end it. Jeff, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It's always a jam-packed episode when you're on, but I always enjoy it.
It usually is.
Yeah. We got a lot to talk about. You only come by so often. We got to get it all in.
This was like 6 hours less than the last time you were here, so
That's true.
fine.
Hey.
You think we're going to top it this year for Game of the Year?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because we topped it last year, right?
yeah.
I'm kind of going for it,
But
man.
when we topped it last year, like it was
Eventually it's going to be a 24-hour, festival. That's what I want this to be, a week-long celebration
Tyler's over
Yeah.
here.
where we don't
like,
stop, dude.
God,
We're just
dude.
on...
Well, you guys get kids, and then we'll talk about it. Chelsea's gonna murder me. But,
Jeff are
that's
amped,
fine.
and Tyler's like, I will die.
He's over here smiling, shaking his
I'll
head.
just take a snooze. I'll just take a little tiger snooze. It'll be
But yeah,
fine. You
during
keep
the
talking.
24-hour session, some people are out,
Yeah.
some people are still on. You have guests
We
come
have
up,
a rotating chair.
rotating chair. Yes, it's like that's a thing.
I would like to do. I did enjoy our marathon that one time.
Now that we have Jeff in the
yeah,
rotation,
that'd be-
dude, he's the
that'd be
perfect
huge.
guy for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We did a 24-hour charity thing where we streamed and played video games. This was years ago now.
that's so
This
cool.
is like
Yeah, it's the popular one.
Children's Hospital.
Yeah, but I forget what it's called.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
can't remember either. But yeah, it's like a lot of streamers do it,
Okay.
and we were just whatever. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was up the whole time, and I went through all the cycles of being drunk
Yeah.
while awake, which was a really weird experience.
Now, did you start with sober? Or did you start with hungover? Like, did you?
No, I started sober,
Okay.
and then I drank a whole case of Yingling, and I was
Yeah.
hammered, and things were great, and then I got hungover. It's like when you get sick. You ever feel yourself get sick?
Yeah.
That's what it kind of was like, and it was really bad. And then I was so tired. It was awful.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think it'd be a lot of fun, and we should do that for Game of the Year.
Let's explore it.
I'm just kidding, but okay. Anyways, thanks for coming back, Jeff.
Thank you.
I know that the audience loves hearing from you. So
I'll see you both in Azeroth.
yes,
You'll definitely see me.
yeah, no.
Do we
exactly.
ask the question?
Yeah.
How's that top 10 going? Since we call you out every week.
Oh, I didn't know that's what you were gonna ask.
Oh,
but I
yeah,
was
yeah.
just gonna sign off by saying, and Jeff's article coming out this week.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah.
We'll talk. What I think I'm going to ask for some help.
Okay.
Like, I'm intimidated by the cover photo now. Like, I'm like stuck.
Wait, which cover photo?
Like, I don't know what to make for like the post. Like when you post it, it's
I just
like
sent it to
Jeff's
Tyler,
top-
and he figures that out.
Well, that's what I'm going to ask him for help
okay.
making that photo.
Whatever you need.
Yeah.
Make it look nice.
Yeah.
when
I
it
just told him
posts.
Tyler's my real life AI. So I was like, the prompt was, here's my top 3 games. Do the main character for each of them or something. I forget what I said, but
Yeah.
I was like, can you do these 3? And I sent him an example
Yeah.
of a game of a screen, not a screenshot, like a
thumbnail.
thumbnail of
Yeah.
just main characters next to each other.
So
he did a great
So
job.
I should do the same thing. Just send him what
Yeah,
I want.
send him a prompt.
Just send him what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then maybe an example helps
Yeah, if you
him
have
too.
if you have an example, it helps a lot.
And then he'll just kind of do it. It's pretty cool.
I would
Thanks
say
again, Tyler.
I would say,
Yeah.
like, if you're actually serious, I would say look for it anytime between now and the end of the month, as well as my other article that's due by the end of the month.
Oh God. You sure you don't want to push that back?
Let's aim for both Mondays. Let's say, when does this podcast go live?
Tuesday. 5
Perfect.
a.m.
So we'll go. Let's aim for Monday the 23rd and Monday the 30th.
all right.
Perfect.
We're aiming.
All right.
From
And
the
where
horse's
can
mouth.
what?
It's from the horse's. That's what.
Yeah.
Straight from the horse's mouth?
from the
I
horse's
thought it was
mouth.
a gift in the horse.
That's another one.
Okay. All or don't look a gift in the horse.
Look a horse's gift. Yeah.
Yeah. Where can the people find you, Jeff?
You can find me at WhatKilledJeff on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.
What's this Twitter?
X.
Mark the spot.
It's Twitter.
Yeah, it's
tweet.
Twitter.
It's
Twitter.
tweet.
Yeah.
When
Don't
you
X,
create
tweet.
a verb, you don't give that up.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Okay.
Check us out, couchcompany.games. Thank you again, Jeff. For us, we're going to be here same time, same place next week. Thanks for joining us on the couch. Peace.